What's going on, everyone? My name is Ketchup, joined by Mustard. You are watching the top 8 of Mortal Kombat 1 here, live from Combo Breaker 2026. Would you believe it that this is the first Mortal Kombat of many this weekend? We have to give like massive appreciation and shout outs to everybody on the Combo Breaker team, because there is so much NetherRealm over the next few days.
It is the NRS celebration in the All-In Together tournament series in the ballroom just over there. We have every single NetherRealm game has a tournament and a top 8 stream this weekend. But in this room, it's Mortal Kombat 1, main lineup, main stage, Team Spooky Twitch. Welcome, my friends. We have a good few hours ahead of us where we're kicking things off with a bit of an EU showdown. What's this? We're in Chicago. Why is Kanimani and VGY on the stage?
Because when I think of like the recent runs that VGY has had at Combo Breaker, he's had some pretty good ones. And I feel like that's kind of like a UK thing. You go and look back at the days of Foxy Grandpa, you know, old and washed up now, unfortunately. But, you know, when we look back at the days of Mortal Kombat X, he was the one that was kind of repping that UK flag and killing it. But now, look at him there. Look at him now. What happened?
He's playing Invincible Versus, that's what. And also in our exhibition, which is going to be happening tomorrow evening, same time, just tomorrow instead.
And in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yes, that's true, as again we have so many tournaments to look forward to. But welcome everyone, I hope you're looking forward to a good few hours of competitive MK1. This bracket was pretty sweaty. We have had, again, the invasion of Latin America in force. We have Kanimani versus VideoGamezYo, the EU showdown. 2 Trillion versus Lavender, and the loser side, Moons versus Killerxinok, and Epiczoopa versus Rewind. So, immediate, kind of familiar for the year. You know, we haven't had as many opportunities to see competitive top-level offline MK1 as some other previous years. But earlier, we did have a little tournament called Frosty Faustings, also in the Midwest, which always has a fantastic showing for MK in general. But some of the familiar names here, right? The 2 Trillion, the Epiczoopa. You know, the list goes on from the players who maybe didn't quite make it to the top 8. The level of competition has been fierce, and I have no doubt that will continue here into this top 8 as we start things off.
You know what I love about this bracket? It's as you kind of seem to get in that following year of prime time. You know, you kind of have the combination of players that have been around for ages, whether it's previous games, whether it's they hit the ground running in year 1. Whereas now, we've got some players that you might not really have heard of them when the game first come out. Give it a few years, they're now becoming mainstay top 8 places. Now, Homelander and General Shao, VGY going in with the favourite. However, there is a lot of Homelander on his side too, so you could have a mirror match. Depends on how this game goes.
It is always a mystery as to what character VGY is actually going to choose when the chips are down. You know, that Shao is a real personal pick, you know, a favourite, as you were saying. Kanimani, really on mainly the Homelander Ferrer more than anything else. You know, Kanimani, we saw at the Anality, Evo Finals, Final Combat, you name it, he's been there in this game.
There's that Ferrer immediately coming in with the Homelander. And I mean, it's 2 peas in a pod. If you've watched competitive Mortal Kombat 1, the bottom line is Homelander is in the air all the time. Ferrer's leap grabs airborne allies. And really, it's a match made in heaven. Speaking of which, first round, Kanimani. Now, these two have played each other so many times in tournament. I feel like recently, Kanimani definitely is getting the upper hand. Sometimes VGY has been able to take the win in various competitive settings, but a lot of the time it comes down to weird personal picks. We're not really seeing that here. This General Shao is born and bred.
Hey, don't speak too soon. There are potentially plenty more matches to come in this set. You know, this is VGY not against adapting on the fly. And even then, there's only round 1. By no means are we out. Kanimani, though, as consistent as ever.
I like the combination there with the Striker cameo, by the way. Using the range of the axe to establish grenades plus frames guarantees that you drop the axe, and then you go into hand-to-hand mode. I feel like against Homelander, you just want to rush him down, right? You get that hit up close, plus frames, plus a block sweep, overhead low mix.
But ambush cameos in general have been a bit of a trick for VGY to find some offense versus Kanimani historically. But immediately opened up. Yeah, VGY just couldn't really get anything started in that game. Kanimani was in total control the whole time.
Not just that, but it was rough near the end. You got clipped, Striker got clipped, but he was trying to go for the machine gun, which costs both of your cameo bars. I mean, you're pretty much caught in a combo, and you've got no resources left. But wasting no time going into a restart match here.
Oh wow, that was like max range.
Yes, it was.
Kanimani, a master of the laser. And already has the corner, so scary. And again, that knowledge, that wake up from Shao, so scary, but it is a high. Kanimani covering it every single time.
But you see the layers. There's a reason VGY did that wake up into machine gun, because even if you're low profile, the wake up, that machine gun will catch you on recovery.
Oh, but again, the late grenade call lets Kanimani find the interruption and completely stops any semblance of Striker coming out and doing his thing, unfortunately. But that's the way it goes with these ambush cameos like Striker, right? There's a bit of startup to it. The later you call him, the more advantage you'll have on block, but if you do it too late, there's a massive gap which will be exploited. Kanimani, no stranger to this matchup. As you said, these two players have played so many times in the past and will no doubt play so many times in the future as well.
VGY consistently just saying, I don't want anything to do with this axe. I need my hand-to-hand. It just gives you so much more aggressive options.
Oh, that little micro dash in between too, VGY. I mean, VGY also does play a Homelander, so we'll have some of that specific matchup knowledge to look forward to. But again, really trying to get in maximum range. That standing 2 of axe mode. General Shao so strong, but you have to be careful because Homelander always looking to get that max range laser.
Scary knockdown situation. There's no ferret on the board, but with the damage required, there's really not much. There's one armor spent. Keeps VGY in the corner, knockdown. Really can't afford to get hit by anything else there. Okay. However, that is definitely going to be the round. Ow.
A quick turnaround as well. VGY looking like after that armor interruption at the end, maybe not quite enough. I mean, this is probably enough, right?
No way.
No, you're definitely... Okay.
The second you see the health that is above 1,000, there's always that doubt in the back of your mind. You're like, are they going to live with like a percent?
No, well, there is also the kind of little test your might minigame, right? You know, mashing the attack buttons, making it more or less.
Oh, tick throw. Unfortunate business. They get knocked down now. Bringing them straight back into the corner, and this is where Homelander wants to be.
It's crazy how many of these rounds, and Kanimani scouting out the wake up again.
Gotta remember those wake up cameos. I mean, that baton may be plus on block normally, used as a wake up. Ooh, it's unsafe. Good pickup.
Okay, VGY has consistently been on the back foot at the start of these rounds, but it's not slowing down in response. But again, back to the corner. This is the Kanimani classic right here. Anything mid-screen, we go to the corner. And again, VGY waking up with a bold down one. Hello.
I mean, we're looking at layers. It's so likely that we might see that wake up from Shao. It's so quick. Ooh, with punish!
Yeah, VGY with the reaction. Still very much switched on, but you have to be careful. Okay, no. Pulls out the follow-up.
Plus frames. Hand-to-hand. Overhead. General Shao does a lot of damage, but again! Kanimani went for the wake-up dash!
I was about to say, did you see what Kanimani tried to do there? That was just straight-up wake-up dash stance.
Hey, that was the maneuver of someone... You know when you played someone so many times, you just start doing like the weird stuff.
No, but to be fair, how many times, even though Homelander's armor isn't considered generally, you know, amazing, we have seen it work a lot. Oh, hello. But yeah, the armor has been working out quite a lot. So if you're going to be blocking, expecting wake-up armor, that's where wake-up command grab, even if it's not normally something you would see there, could potentially work. But in this case, not going to happen. VGY did scout it. We go into game 3 now. And again, so many of these rounds start the same way. Kanimani gets that hit. The corner carry immense. And VGY fighting his way out again.
Tick throw. It's going to work out this time. Decent knockdown incoming, but we're looking at resources, right? We're looking at the fact that General Shao has the threat of armor. Striker's almost completely regenerated, and he is now.
Okay,
right,
okay, yeah.
Can he do break?
Yeah.
He is going to break. Waits for the EX axe drop to be used first. Punish! Uh-oh, that's going to be around VGY. That's going to be 1-0 in this third game.
That was looking like some good break timing from Kanny, because as you said, you know, waiting for VGY to spend the resources. Kanimani just entered Fatal Blow territory as well, but VGY now up in the set for the first time. Ooh, hello, staying in hand-to-hand.
That was tricky.
They want to be swinging.
Can't say I've ever seen down 4 cancelled into regenerate before. No meter to confirm and extend.
I feel like we definitely can see it. It just depends whether you actually want to stay in
there. Oh, lovely escape. Big trade there. A trade that's going to benefit VGY. Plus on block.
Oh, wow.
Getting the down 4. Yo, we're just kicking man's feet. Watch your feet. Come on.
Such a bully offense coming out of VGY. The lows, the overheads, the wake-up buttons. Kanimani, you're swinging.
That's so disrespectful.
Okay, this is a comeback to make, but you've got the resources to do it. Ferry's been spent, yes, but Fatal Blow is ready. 3 bars. potentially can take a risk. Oh,
Striker got
that's huge.
clipped.
That's huge. Striker got clipped. That cameo is wasted, but VGY. Oh, how do you finish this off though?
Kanimani just needs one significant hit. That fatal blow will seal the deal. There's no breaker for VGY.
Oh my goodness.
Commit. That could have been the game, but Kanimani. Whether it was like, I don't know, maybe he was trying to buffer it, just didn't have the reactions, I don't know.
The chip was avoided, but not gonna matter. Kanimani actually manages to find the turnaround.
That was scary. That was scary. All right, one round each here.
A little bit of that last breath.
Last. Consistent sequence at the moment.
Oh! Yeah, VGY has been fishing for that launch so long, but no!
Too far away.
Yeah, VGY finally manages to get the clean connect and this immediate combo drop. You do not want to be seeing that here. We are playing for advantage in the set. And that winner's final is getting so much closer. Oh, there it is again. The mix-up's on point, Kanimani. This is what we know from him.
However, the damage output of General Shao is pretty mad, especially when you got Striker in the mix. If you get opened up, you can go for a combo breaker.
Wow,
but
these down fours. These down fours.
That's
why you stuck it in place. There's a machine gun into the overhead again, swinging out. These mix-ups and again the grab.
That's it. Definitely it. And that will be all she wrote for this game. Now, I mean, those low pokes, they're so effective against General Shao. Like, he's got the speed, he's got the reach, he's got a lot more faster buttons than you'd expect for a character that size. But there's one glaring problem. Not really any of them are mids, so those low pokes give General Shao such a nightmare up close.
That's why we're seeing so much down force from Kanimani, right? It goes under the high wake up. The lack of mids is quite difficult. It actually manages to block in time for the machine gun.
In between shots.
Yeah, wouldn't have mattered too much either way, but definitely a lot less recovery on that than I thought.
All right, gonna get a decent knockdown.
Oh, wow. Even that Kanimani still going for the up block. Goes to show that Kanimani is just so aware of what VGY is going to be threatening. There's the wake up. That's the first time I've actually seen that work out for VGY, and both players are doing this. They're kind of defaulting to some very bold defensive choices that they're not always working out. Yeah, they're not always working out, but they're still sticking to their guns. However, here we are, advantage Kanimani, yeah, backing off. Building some of that time, getting that Ferro regeneration.
It's a hard comeback to make in this position. You got no meter.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, that'll be it. Meaty, go in there with the mid off the knockdown. And that's all you need. At this point, now it's going to be match point Kanimani. That winner's finals. Looking pretty attractive right now. Uh-oh.
Oh no, the striker grenade serving as a bit of a miniature combo break for VGY, but immediately followed up again. And this is what we've been seeing from Kanny. Get that corner. There's the counter hit confirm.
Oh, and we're going to get huge damage here.
Yeah, Ferret just came back too. Yeah. Oh, so much damage. This will not kill, but this is going to put VGY in miserable territory.
Possibly one more mix. No Ferra, so we can't extend. Lives to fight. I'd say another day, but might just be another few seconds at this rate. And that's going to be it. Kanimani moving on into winners finals. VGY knocked into the losers bracket, so that second lifeline is still there, but I feel like every time you do well at a tournament, especially at an event like this, you're always kind of holding yourself to a standard where it's like, I want to outplace myself next time. VGY had such an incredible run at Combo Breaker last year that for him to best his previous performance, that's quite a big ask.
Well, especially if memory serves, last year's Combo Breaker was significant for VGY in the sense that it was like final combat placing on the line as well, right? You kind of had to do well, get a certain amount of points and outplace other people. I can't remember exactly how the dynamic worked, but basically VGY needed to do as well as he did last year to qualify.
It made him comfortable.
Yeah, so this year, you know, you kind of already have had that in your mind, but you want to do it again, right? You don't want to be going all this way to Chicago to play again to, you know, get to that winner's side top 8, drop down to losers, but that is going to be the case here. But that matchup was such a game of momentum, as I guess is the way with both Shao and Kanimani. The brackets are ready to go, kind of see how things are going as we move through.
We're going to find out who we're seeing next. It's going to be Trillion versus Lavender Rain, so I'm going to guess Rain versus Takeda, which is a, got to say, a bit of a weird matchup, right? Because
I don't think we get to see it too often.
No, we don't. I mean, Rain isn't exactly like an unpopular character. I would actually go as far to say that in the later years of Mortal Kombat 1, Rain sort of grew more and more popular as time went on, especially with that Janet pairing. just becomes a very dangerous combination. You've got the damage, you've got the range, you've got, more importantly, the setup, and the fact that he's got really good strings. He's got an unbelievably good mid in back three. And then at the same time, you just have Janet's ability to turn anything into a combo. So the second Rain has his base utility plus consistent grab combos that can be looped. I mean, that's kind of why it's been like the tried and true pairing of Rain for what feels like 2 years at this point.
I think, especially the Whirlpool setups, that there is such a value in having the ability to guarantee a meaty in this game. You know, like wake-up options are normally kind of volatile. They can be frustrating to deal with at times. But if you're playing Rain, you have the option, whether it's a throw combo, whether it's anything else, just to end with a Whirlpool underneath them. And that is something, especially from Trillion, thinking back to kind of the Frosty Faustings gameplay and the fact that we see the online tournaments, has been really important. And against someone like Takeda, whose defensive options, let's be honest, aren't fantastic. You know, doesn't have great access to great armor. His best defense is going to be what the Jax cameo gives him, because that is the specialty of Lavender Rain, is that Jax cameo. And I feel like it's fair to say Lavender Rain really kind of put this character, or this team, I say, on the map.
I think that's just a straight fact.
Yeah, and has been the kind of the go-to main Takeda player to watch at the highest possible level. You know, there are a number of talented Takeda players, make no mistake, but good lord is Lavender Rain always there, just making a statement with this character.
All right, let's see how this one goes. Lavender Rain kind of looking to establish that range early.
Okay.
It's a weird matchup in this case because both characters have full screen options. Takeda's, however, a lot snappier, a lot faster, and Rain, I would say, runs the risk of getting interrupted on a lot of things. So from a distance point, I feel like Trillion, he's got to be the one to try and close in that space.
Oh, but what a whiff punish. And any of those normals that can link into that teleport launcher are going to be leading to severe damage. Lavender Rain, the reactions, but not wanting to overcommit. You do have to be careful, though, because these are two characters who know a thing or two about whiff punish.
All right, that's a big pickup, Lavender Rain. We're going to side switch it. The Jack pickup, set up time as well.
I was about to say, is there a route that potentially kills off there, but not even going to be necessary. Lavender Rain takes a cheeky little setup instead, taking the first round. And that's the scary thing about this team, right? You have access to really strong setup potential, but even if you want to just spend your resources and cash out, massive damage potential. Oh, hello. Here comes Jax. Yep, I like that option. Down one, just get rid of him. Stop having to worry about the ground pound. Wow, one-ish. Okay, speaking of damage, what are we seeing from Trillion here?
All right, fully charged. Has to wait a little bit just to make that Whirlpool as active as possible when you meaty on wake up. Lovely throw tech there from Trillion. Block as well. And there's the break. Have to do it. Good situation for Rain, though. Back to the wall. Those back three combos in the corner. I mean, name your cameo, Rain's hitting like a truck. However, Lavender Rain fighting his way out. But wait. Down, down, up. Here comes Janet. That's the round for sure. Yep. Oh! Maybe not quite.
No, but there was no fear there from Trillion. Very easy to finish off that round. That chip damage. Find what you got to get. Ooh, I like how Lavender Rain, every time we see him fishing for that back two, does not overcommit. You go for a back two one too many times, and Rain is going to be making you pay for it.
You just don't want to get clipped by that back three. Oh, you went for it.
Hello.
Went for the back three, but Lavender Rain stuck out that 1-2 just in the nick of time. All right, knockdown setup, overhead low.
Oh, huge down two.
And the cheeky forward three cancel. I don't know why Rain has that, but I'm so glad he does.
Oh, the duck.
Oh, lovely crouch. And Lavender Rain, 2 Jacks. Do you go for setup?
No, I think you just died.
Oh, no, you're dead.
The double Jacks.
You are big dead.
Oh, the drop.
Trillion.
A chance for 2 Trillion. Okay, manages to get the open up.
It's the tight link.
Okay.
2-1-1 into back three is
Fatal blow is there, Ketchup. Fatal blow is available. Do you find it? Oh, I think you do. 2 Trillion. The setup is clean, and it will absolutely do enough damage here.
All right. Definitely. And definitely some more. 1-0. What
you could say absolutely. For sure. Certainly.
Yes.
Regardless, it is more than enough damage to Trillion. I mean, let's be real. That was a bit of like a bonus situation. Lavender Rain had the kill combo. The double Jacks was spent. We know this team is capable of that number, but No, Lavender Rain just did not. I think was it the shuriken at the end, the very end? Unfortunate.
I gotta say, Trillion's execution on those back three into down, down, up, like, it doesn't look like much, but the execution on that to get it every single time is so tricky.
I'm just trying to think back to that end, like, was it even a combo drop, or did Lavender Rain maybe go for like a different shuriken? I don't know.
Whatever it is.
Either way, we have to move on, game 2.
It now, because Lavender Rain trying to reinforce something. Knocked down. It's no wonder we see the late wake up. Lovely attempt there from Lavender Rain. The immediate hook grab.
Ooh, but no confirm. The string was good. Ooh, the shimmy. The back fourth, but 2 trillion. Oh, okay, the catch. The confirm. Yeah, you have to break. Now Lavender Rain back to the corner.
Back 3 into EX Shuriken to keep him on the ground. That is such an MKX confirm.
Oh, wow. I like the way that at this life as well, Lavender Rain, if you're going to establish that Jax ground pound game, you can afford to set yourself up for getting hit at the same time, right? You got that life lead, you just need a little bit of damage, a shred to finish off. But will it be enough?
Well played there from Lavender Rain.
Yeah.
No need to overcomplicate things there.
And also, I love the fact that Lavender Rain had what could have been a pretty colossal mistake at the end of that game 1. Is unfazed. Completely moves into the next match as if nothing happened.
That was such a sick pickup there from Trillion. Rain's jump 3-2 is got to be one of the best jump strings in the game. And you put Shanna on top, it becomes so much better.
It's just one of those strings, right? It's going to be good on block in general. Very easy to get any damage on hit. Kind of just a bit of a one-size-fits-all jump option, right?
For the same mix-up again.
Okay.
Lovely read on the grab, Rain.
Lavender Rain just refuses to be gripped.
This is a tricky call to make. Trillion knows that the combo's not going to kill.
Oh, just a big jump. Oh, wait a minute. Not again. Not again.
A very bold decision to not go for any kind of break. However, with the meter that you now have and the fact that Lavender Rain does not have a breaker available, lovely tech that could have saved the game there for Lavender Rain. Oh my lord.
It even looked like Lavender Rain tried to cover the jump option there by sending out that far Jax. Because remember, like Jax, that backbreaker, if the opponent's in an airborne state, it is going to hit them. But
we saw it with Rewind.
We did
interrupted the Reiko command grab. Are you kidding me?
Legitimately one of the best like Jax calls I think I've seen in this game period. But
big knockdown. That's going to be meaty whirlpool.
Yep, and that's what I was saying before, right? That whirlpool is so active.
140.
Yeah, it just stops your opponent having even an option for wake up, right? It's going to be potential armor break or.
Honestly, it's the development of Rain. I think early in Rain, people were using it for like weird, hard to blockable situations. It has so much more value in just guaranteeing a meaty in this game and armor breaking.
Well, that's not to say
that's the development.
That's not to say it can't do both, right? It very much is just strong overall. But again, Lavender Rain now has access to corner setup.
Just goes
for low. Trillion's defense against these setups has been quite strong because it's not just been a case of read the option and guess. It's the hard callouts. Right, last time we saw just the jump out immediately. 2 Trillion not just going to sit here and deal with Lavender Rain's offense if there's anything you can do about it.
Lavender Rain's throw techs have been absolutely on point so far, by the way. Speaking of throws.
And just the way he's dealing with throws in general, because it's not just the throw text, it's the reads on them and going for the little ducks underneath for maximum punish.
Reaction!
No, that was definitely...
You had to forward dash out of it. That was so smart from Trillion. You'd done the back forward one, sees the fatal blow, and immediately dash cancels and blocks.
Kind of a reaction on the reaction, I suppose. Massive!
Layers!
Yeah, trying to go around the break, though, yeah. Grab damage, at least by itself, is going to be unbreakable.
Fatal blow is still an option, though, so you've got to be very careful. 1-1-2, however, is going to give advantage. Trillion up on the set right now with that one round. But, I mean, dude, look at those resources. Or lack of, I would say, for Lavender Rain.
Oh, it doesn't matter, though, because the resource that matters here is the damage for Jax. And there's been 2 sets up. And there it is. First time I've seen a clean opening.
Dude, third time's a charm. That's the 3rd time he went for that instant jump into those shuriken. All right, big splat, big knockdown. Guarantees a jump. That's going to combo for sure.
Yeah, Lavender really starting to mix up these options now. It's not just the shuriken, it's the EX shurikens as well. Delays into the overhead. Tricky stuff coming through. Massive catch on the back 3 though. 2 Trillion, again, so down on life, but refuses to go down.
That's really awkward. Lavender Rain actually had 2 confirms. That's going to scale, however. It's not about the damage, it's about keeping momentum. Here comes the whirlpool again. Oh no!
Yep.
There was no mix-up. The drop! Too far away, must have thought might have been a bit closer to the punish! That is gonna do so much damage. But you got to remember, Jax is on the back end. We're getting 100 extra health here. It might not be enough.
I don't think so. I think they're alive. Barely chip damage avoided. There was the EX.
Oh my God!
Absolute dismay from the crowd. 2 trillion. So many supporters here who are just so desperate to see it work out. But Lavender Rain on the cusp of a fantastic comeback. 2 trillion. Lavender Rain completely stopped. And there we go. Full catch on the back. 2-1. The long chains coming out. Lavender Rain. What have you got? Massive. Again, these hard call-outs from 2 trillion. Not just going to sit there and block. It didn't quite work, but the showing that you are willing to go for like instant jump, neutral jump, whatever it is. Oh. Oh!
Watch the nuts. Come on now. That is a skin-tight suit. Man felt everything. All right, 1-1-4. Trying to be careful with it. You can be a little bit more. You can be a little bit more bold with gaps in your strings if you against someone like Takeda who has rubbish armor. All right, Jax.
One.
Pick up. Hard knockdown.
Yep. 2 trillion. The throw tech again. You were saying before Lavender Rain, the defense on these throws has been immaculate.
It's tricky to throw people with range sometimes because it's so likely you're going to go for that back throw. You want the Janet combo.
But this is where it gets dangerous, right? Every time that whirlpool's on the screen, is it going to be used for setup? Is it used for meaty? Who knows? But the catch, Lavender Rain with the adjustment, and that is going to be a second game on the board. The Brazilian legend in the making.
This is not even close to the first time Lavender Rain has had a round like that, by the way. I'm talking the scramble, the crazy clutch moment at the end. Even in the last hour or so, we've seen Lavender Rain have quite a few of those.
But at the same time, you know this is a win that 2 trillion is going to want. Lavender Rain, a player who is a household name in competitive MK1 at this point. 2 trillion. Like, those who know 2 trillion, who have seen him play in these online brackets, like Frosty Faustings here, whatever it is, we know this player is fantastic. And you know that player is going to want this kind of massive result, especially a win over someone like Lavender Rain. Will they be able to get it, though? 2 trillion. Oh, no! Jax. Lavender Rain, just these preemptive calls.
But the preemptive calls serve a really good purpose in this matchup. You'll notice we saw it at the start of the round. What Jax is doing, it's not even to get a gotcha grab. He's running out and tanking the lightning ball and is giving Lavender Rain a punish on reaction.
It's fantastic because it's not every day you see a player who is able to use the cameo as kind of an extension of their main character. Not just there for combos. I mean, look at that. That's used for setup. You're going to jump away from this? No, you're not. You don't even need to get a massive combo from it. Just showing that you are aware. Any little damage, just keep them exactly where you want them to be.
We got the 2-1-1 there, but I don't know. We just didn't manage to get the cancel earlier, which would have led to a full combo. Unfortunately, no time to reflect on it because just like that, Lavender Rain match point and 1 round away from meeting Kanimani in the winners finals of Combo Breaker. Punish! Flawless block.
Yeah.
You know, you don't always see people flawless block that 1-1-2.
But I'm not surprised that Lavender's doing it. You know, this player's defense has been a real highlight every time we see him play. Because again, I think if you're playing a character whose defense is bad,
lovely
fundamental defense has to make up for it. Ooh. I don't know what was going on with Janet there.
I think that
up the wall, maybe.
The wall was used more than likely to keep the plus frames to extend the combo.
Oh, okay.
Quite a few cameos can do it. It's really weird, but it does give you good damage. All right.
This is that momentum, though. 2 trillion.
Build the meter. Big knockdown as well. Jax takes the hit, but Takeda, he is out of there.
I mean, there's no Jax here, though. So setup isn't going to be quite as strong.
I mean, it's still there, though.
Yeah, but without Jax to follow up, only just came back. Yeah. Massive advantage. Flawless block, keeping Lavender Rain alive, but needs to do so again.
Flawless block. There's so much plus frames, though. It's continuing to prevent the chip damage. There's the down 3, though. Trillion still alive.
But even a flawless block on that final projectile, you know, Lavender Rain.
What?
Dash up.
Uh-oh. Watch out, there's the back 3.
Okay, yep. This is a big opportunity.
I gotta say, Trillion's execution, you know what, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna comment status curse it. I'm gonna shut up.
No confirm on the 1-1, but still a good situation for 2 trillion. That is the final Janet for now, but this momentum is a rolling.
Lots of chip damage being dealt at the same time, by the way. I'd say meter build, but it really doesn't matter with Trillion sitting on 3 bars regardless. Gotta watch out.
Oh, the dash up. Oh, I love that though. Lavender Rain perhaps reacting to the micro dashes
Oh my
forward.
god. I know that down 2 did not hit Takeda, but Jack's getting hit by it. That did a lot of damage. Oh. Ooh. Gotta watch out.
No, Lavender really trying to space these max range normals, manages to find it. The 2-1 opening.
No breaker. This is a bold choice because you are going to have to hold it. No! You can't break! You can't break! Oh, no!
And this is doing enough damage, right? The scaling, yeah, this looks like it will do more than enough again. 2 trillion holding onto the break at the end, but would not have a chance to spend it otherwise. I almost wonder if that was just a catch from Lavender Rain. They're kind of recognizing that Trillion was holding onto the meter and going, hey, well, I'm looking for Unbreakable as soon as possible. Found it. And that is all she wrote for now. That is winners finals locked in for Lavender Rain.
That was such a difficult decision, I would imagine, at the end there. So Trillion clipped by that Takeda confirm, and then you have to look at the situation and go, right, I've got a breaker. I would say in that situation, fair to say, was considerably in the lead at the time. You get caught by a combo, and it's like, right, I'm going to hold on to my meters. I'll break next time, right? But you're against a character that has that setup. So regardless, they have that rather, significant advantage because of things like the unbreakable down 2 jump cancel. I don't know. I feel like that's you look back at that situation and think, should there have been a combo breaker earlier on? Just remove that situation.
I mean, hindsight is easy, right? Where you look at something that didn't work out and go, oh, you shouldn't have done that. But, I mean, you can never always, or you can never assume exactly what is going through the player's mind at the moment, right? But that's going to be, that was only winner's side, right? We still have the loser's bracket left to go, which is what we're doing now. We have Moons versus Killerxinok. Coming up in the loser side, who will actually, the winner of this match will fight against 2 Trillion, who is still in the bracket, just now dropped down to losers. But what a fantastic tournament so far. I was looking through the brackets before we came here, and I didn't really know what to expect, because there's been a lot of buzz around this event in terms of like the NetherRealm kind of legacy exhibition that's happening tomorrow, the all-in together tournaments for like all the NetherRealm games. I feel like discussion around MK1 here kind of got lost in the sauce somewhat. Maybe I'm just speaking, for myself, but looking through the bracket, I did not realize just how high of a caliber players we would have here nonetheless. We have had a juicy tournament. There have been so many good players who have been absolutely just duking it out, and it has resulted in a really fantastic top 8. So far, so good.
I think you kind of just have to look at it like the situation for what it is when it comes to Mortal Kombat 1. This year, Combo Breaker is when you're looking at kind of like the competitive roadmap and big scale events that have Mortal Kombat 1 in that lineup. Combo Breaker is the biggest one, and not just because of that, but at the same time, Combo Breaker has always been just the home of Mortal Kombat, the home of NetherRealm. So consistently we see the devs in attendance at this event. They love interacting with the community, seeing people enjoy where all the hard work and the hours and the sleepless nights goes into. I mean, it's a very special event for so many reasons. So being able to have MK1 here, you can recognize pretty much every single player in this bracket. It was a really good turnout.
Hey man, I gotta say,
Killers from all over the world, and this is just the beginning.
Oh yeah, this is day one.
Bajillion other NetherRealm games this weekend.
Yeah, there's a top 8 for every single NetherRealm game here this weekend. So if you are an MK fan, NRS fan in general, Injustice 1, 2, whatever, there is going to be plenty more to look forward to. But here, we have Moons and Killerxinok. Killerxinok making the top 8 on the back of a very intense reverse 3-game sweep against Bacon Lord, which was definitely one of the scarier matches going into this finals. And Moons putting on a real display with this Ghostface, the guest character showdown.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. Ghostface was my favorite guest in this game.
Oh, he's terrifying, though. Everything's a restand, everything's a mix.
Exactly, and he just absolutely overwhelms, and you never even feel like you're safe, because if he's in like one of the different forms, he's just going to teleport right back out of it.
Well, I always felt like Ghostface was more of like an MKX-style guest character, right? Because he does have the overhead, the low options, the restand.
What?
Obviously, the horror themes.
Pointed. You ever see someone whiff so bad, you just point at them?
I mean, it's probably easier if it goes half screen. Not taking anything away from Killerxinok, but you can whiff punish with a point if said point goes a lot further than the average pinger.
Yeah, well, T1000's cheating, isn't he?
Yeah, he's up
there, don't play fair.
Oh, okay, yeah, we saw Moons go for a few setups off of that top 8 qualification.
Doesn't quite have the Scorpion available, so we're not going to see a combo from that. It's very rare that you see Scorpion be, you know, I would say for some people one of the more premier cameos, but with Ghostface, man, Scorpion just gives you so much damage and so much extra mix. Not just that, but the utility of the retreating spear, the overhead confirms. I mean, look at that, come on now.
Oh wow, what a catch. Spend the second. No, gonna keep it.
Hold on to it, you might need to escape. Oh, never mind. Uses it for the sweep.
Oh wow, the anti-air with the porcupine.
We have Tremor available.
Hang on, wait, this
Tremor
is
available, that's the game. And that was unnecessary. Yeah, he's like, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that, you crazy. I got video games to play, dude.
Killerxinok definitely been putting on a good show so far in this tournament. He has been playing a lot of Quan Chi in, I say recent months, for a lot longer than that now, actually, in hindsight.
The first time I ever commentated a Killerxinok set, I commentated as if he wasn't Quan because I just did not expect him to play it. I got it wrong the entire set.
I think I remember that. It was at Final Combat, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That was not my finest moment there, mate.
But Killerxinok, we're talking NRS legacy. Look no further than a player like this. A combo breaker champion, MKX.
Mortal Kombat X, my friends.
Now look
Killerxinok with the crystalline back in the day.
It's kind of cool seeing Killerxinok go back to the Tremor, even if it is just via cameo in this game, to be honest.
Welcome back, my old friend.
Indeed, the return.
There we go, it's crystalline, look.
Oh my goodness. Xinok uses the kind of like the spines way more with T1000 than I'm used to seeing.
Well, so much of Killerxinok's mix-up with this character come from the teardrop.
Yeah.
Like the splash. You so rarely see T1000s kind of build almost their entire mix-up around it. A lot of the time it's just overheads and lows from strings built in, maybe a command grab, but he just seems to so much prefer those like instant overheads, last-minute drops.
But a fantastic choice though. Oh, the reset. Yeah, that's the cheeky stuff.
I think you're dead. I think you're dead. Oosh.
I love how that was on the back of a really just bold defensive play for Moons, right? You get put in a situation where you're looking to block the standing 3 string. Is it overhead? Is it low? To have the knowledge to like let go of block and let the command grab whiff, like that is specifically what you're calling out. It's hard to make that decision. It is a hard character to fight.
That was such a late release on the Tremor uppercut as well. Like, we're establishing those mind games already. Do I spend it or do I just put Tremor out there to threaten it? Lovely pick up there as well. Killerxinok forces the break out of Moons. Immediately in there with the spiky stuff. All right, knockdown. Hard knockdown, might I add. Good block on the overhead. Keeps Moons in the game. Catches the low sweep. Scorpion ready once more, but do we save it? Yes, for the next mix.
Oh, wow, the jump kick just straight up connected Moons. I mean, this is exactly what you want to start this kind of comeback. Ah,
that was a read on the grab, I think. I really do think that was a read. Tried to catch him jumping, perhaps. Killerxinok said, you know what, I've had enough of this. I'm going in with my armor. Scary neutral to play. Moons can be so explosive with this character, but at a moment's notice, you've got those far-reaching buttons of the T1000. You've got the immediate teardrop with the spiky stuff.
No, but it's such a brutish neutral style that Killerxinok's going for, right? As soon as Tremor's there, we're just going for that porcupine, and here comes Tremor. And it's just total neutral control, at least until it connects.
Successful grab there from Moons. Breaker from Killerxinok.
Oh, and again, as soon as Xinok imagines an anti-air is going to come in, out comes the teardrop. But Moon's still looking good here. Scorpion's ready. The meter, the whiff punish. Yeah, Killerxinok catching.
Oh, drops the low stand. Missing out on that restand could be pretty huge. Not that it really matters. Killerxinok says, you know what? I don't really care that I've dropped. We'll just call it a reset. Oh!
Okay.
That's going to do so much damage.
No! Missed
too
it.
early! Too early!
Oh, wow, that's a combo drop turned into a reset.
Oh,
no.
He went for it all there. Unfortunate indeed.
No, that has got to be a heartbreaker if you're Moons right now. The drop of drops at the worst possible time.
It just looked like the Scorpion came out marginally too early. By the time you pressed that button, it had already disappeared, it had recovered, and
the problem is, though,
combo to be had, and then it's so tempting, isn't it? When those kind of things happen, you go for the grab because you think it's unexpected, but how many times do we see it just not work?
Yeah.
That spur of the moment, it's almost like muscle memory takes over.
But the problem is that is the kind of mistake that just feels bad. Knowing that it was just your own execution. You just have to shake it off, move on. That's Killerxinok now 2-0 up here in this loser's bracket.
Certainly no time to reflect because we went straight into this next match. Killerxinok 2-0 up. Successful armor means you haven't got to spend the tremor. Going for it again, actually, this time with the block. You can stay safer. Calls it in so late, actually. Moons with the pickup. There's the jump bounce. Side switch as well. We're going into the Kira mode. Doesn't quite get the cancel, but I don't even think it really matters. He's mounting a good comeback here, but the grab comes out. Thankfully, no tremor, just a big knockdown.
Oh, but the teardrop at the last moment. A drop combo, though. Oh, an opportunity perhaps handed to Moons, but wasn't able to make most of it. Killerxinok now match point.
Honestly, Moons has just... His choices of rushdown options have been so on point, but I just feel like one mishap, one drop, one thing that doesn't go right, and Killerxinok just runs away with it.
Okay, no. Continues. I mean, Moons is playing the way he needs to do it. What a whip punish! Yeah, clean. But this is what you want. You need to clean up the execution, get the restand, get the mix-ups on deck. That's what this character's built to do. Oh, okay, no, we're in the Cobra stance. The Enforcer. Oh, couldn't really do anything with it. The teardrop again.
Bubble overhead. I'm telling you, Killerxinok, he just built so much of the mix-up around that overhead threat pretty much all the time.
Potentially the final break opportunity. Tremor's back now on the low again. Killerxinok looked so comfortable in the entirety of that set.
Tell you what, that was a valiant attempt from Moons.
Yeah,
it was.
It's just, you know, I know it's the kind of lowest hanging fruit, but the combo drops. Combo drops on a character like that are so punishing. Your Ghostface, he is built to get the hit, do your damage, restand them, go for another mix-up, right? The tried and true, restand, get rid of the wake-ups, go for a mix-up, rinse, repeat until they're dead. But if you do get a drop here and there, that momentum you're desperately trying to build just gets completely stopped. But is what it is, you know, a noble effort and a top 8 secured. So congratulations on the top 8, but it will be Killerxinok who advances to
Hey, look, you hear this in pretty much every bracket at an event like this, but guess what? It's because it's true. Getting top 8, even that at an event like this, is crazy in itself. So, you know, everyone's going to be disappointed that they don't make it that one step further. Especially in, like, I guess, you know, this first round losers, you're like, right, this is my chance to really try and get something in. You know, ultimately someone's got to lose that set.
Yeah.
But you can at least walk away with your head held high because, bro, I got top 8 at Combo Breaker, Mortal Kombat, you know, the recent game. This was the biggest of all the NetherRealm games this weekend. This had the highest number. And
it's the only one that's in the main roster, right?
No, exactly. It was killers all over the damn place. No pun intended, because Killerxinok, haha, so funny.
Hilarious.
Our next matchup is going to be the second first round of losers, Epiczoopa and Rewind. So, I'm guessing we're going to be seeing... Sorry, I bumped into you with my elbow there. We're going to be probably seeing some Quan again, Rewind. I mean,
Zoopa does have a Cyrax as well, so not sure. But
I don't know, you're feeling it now, aren't you?
It definitely looks like that when push comes to shove, Zoopa does tend to prefer the Quan, I will say that.
And the Darius for the comeback?
Yeah, maybe.
I only ever used to see Rothor play that team.
On the flip side, Rewind, pretty much going to be the Homelander or it's going to be the Reiko. Personally, I do prefer seeing the Reiko on Rewind because Reiko just strikes me as so much more of a Rewind character. You know, kind of reminds me of watching Rewind in kind of like MK11 where he would favor like the Kotal Khans, the Kanos, where you're looking like very like strong, powerful normals and a command grab that you can just build the game plan around. And that's what Reiko does in this game. To a T, especially what Reiko has ended up being. I know Reiko has seen a lot of changes over the game's lifespan, but it has resulted in a very Rewind character.
I'm
for sure.
sad, man. We don't see Rewind play Ermac no more.
He's probably still got access to it. The question is what will make him bring it out. Because we've seen the Lee Mei. You know, we did see the Lee Mei from Rewind to get the top 8 qualification. And that is a character that Rewind's been very vocal in the past about just really enjoying the character, but, you know, not playing the character in every single situation.
Lee Mei has her problems. You know, I wouldn't say that Lee Mei is a bad character by any stretch. She's actually, I think, statistically, one of the most buffed characters if you just talk about numbers of buffs that she received.
And the buffs have definitely seemed to be the right kind of things as well.
They took what she did and they kind of just made it better in little areas.
Okay, it is going to be the Reiko, at least at the start. Ooh, Quan Darius. This is a weird team. Every
single knockdown, you're calling Darius I'm not going to continue my talking point.
Serena.
Because Serena last minute. But I mean, I love the way
more accurate, sure, but
I love the way that Zupa plays this team, though. It's I want to spend my meter on portals, and Serena is here to make sure I can do that. That kick.
Wow.
Good for business.
What a start by Reiko. Just a dash-up scoop. And again, double. The two-piece.
Call him Scooper. All right, look to the armor. Interruption. All right, watch your head. Watch your head. The second that became an overhead, Quan became so much more of a menace.
Oh yeah, Quan, we're talking characters who have received changes and buffs.
Ouch!
Quan knows a thing or two about that. But this is where the matchup gets weird. Quan, as soon as that armor spell is on the screen. Okay, the meter, the generation.
Serena's always there to try and make sure. If you can get all of these armored spells, standing 4's going to do it. Takes that first round. It's a good approach, though, from Rewind, I have to say. I know they didn't win that round, but the thing is, especially with the Serena, that overhead is only ever going to be just the overhead. If you get hit by the low, it's a full combo.
Oh, speaking of full combo, that's a lot of red ketchup.
I literally turned to look at you while I talked about that. I looked back, and over half the life was gone.
Yes.
What happened?
Big combo.
Say no more. Eek. Ow.
It's interesting because that first round was such almost like just a straight up tower defense game plan from Zupa, but Rewind with a scoop or two.
I mean, Rewind can afford to be patient here. He's got to get about 7% damage left to go. Yeah, any projectile will do it.
I was just about to say that's basically us stars. Hit one projectile, you'll be good. Well, one load of 3, I guess.
Rewind can afford to take a few extra hits, though. We have to factor in 150 health difference between these two characters, by the way.
Oh, I like how when the armor spell's up, we're seeing Rewind go for a lot of the stars, because you get a hit of armor from the armor spell, but only one hit, and the stars, they throw 3 of them. So that is going to be your best chance to plow through it in the neutral.
Only will those stars break the armor, but so many of Reiko's hit confirms involve that running stance. Everything pushes you forward. If that armored spell is behind you, even if Zupa is trying to move that armored spell towards, he's going to outrun it. Big jump.
Oh, the preemptive standing 2 from Zupa, though. Perfectly timed.
Goes for the push block. Yep, plus frames.
Massive jump. Hang on a minute. Okay, an opportunity now for Zupa.
Quan can
just going back. No!
I was about to say he can make this happen, but he dropped the forward 4. Oh my lord, that is not what you want.
No, I do hate to be a broken record, but again, it comes back to those dropped opportunities. If you are in that kind of situation, you have to make a comeback. You've got some momentum going. You cannot afford to have those drops happen, especially against a player like Rewind. Because as soon as Rewind sees that weakness, he is going to pounce.
I'm not going to lie, I like this choice because Darius, look, you ain't going to be getting all your meter back and all that Serena stuff, but Reiko, he's crushing that armored spell anyway. Darius is going to be all about any single hit you land, it's mix-up time. I feel like Zupa is going to be so much more built around landing that hit and then just mixing you up constantly.
There's also something good about this team in general, though. Quan, like his own defense. Oh, tricky mix-up.
You're going to see that a lot, man. It's the bread and butter of this team.
Yeah, Quan Chi's own defense isn't great. He's got slower buttons than most, he's got lower health than most, and he's got bad armor. Darius gives you HP, and he has a really good wake-up attack as a cameo. So it kind of, I'm not going to say it fixes the problem for Quan, but it definitely helps him a lot.
It addresses a lot of his weaknesses. Like, that is the bottom line. And then to add the cherry on top.
Oh, that's not the hard call out from Rewind. The running stance right as Zupa wants to set up the bone cage. The bone temple.
Overhead. Every single overhead you land now is going to be Darius territory, so we go from, oh, I can afford to take this, doesn't do a lot of damage, to I'm on the floor and now Darius is right behind me. Not too bad for Rewind so far, though. Pretty sizable lead. Happily going to take that meter, let him spend it. Oh, wow!
That actually just pushed Darius forward. I've not seen that interaction. Strange, but Rewind looking good.
Walking back to Quan Chi.
Oh, okay, Tremor got hit. Okay, he's going to be gone for a while. But what can Zupa do? Immediate armor! Armor meets armor. And Zupa wins the interaction. Armor's out again. Again, as soon as Zupa checks that armor's about to be active, immediately commits.
A rewind. In that situation, he's going to be approaching with 2-1. The really quick punches can crush that armor in the right situation, mind. Plus frames, overhead now.
That rewind has done overhead. The plus frame back fist into overhead almost exclusively. But it is a read. What are you going to do? Decision to be made.
I mean, hard to make a decision now when Quan is sitting in armor.
Oh!
The Darius as well.
It's taking the meter.
Oh!
Damn, rewind could not break there. The armor spell taking away every single time. And that double overhead at the very end. Look at that. Yeah, this change has definitely been useful. You are seeing the utility, right? The Darius, the mix-up extra you're getting. Again, you were saying before, every time you hit that individual overhead, here comes Darius, and now, okay, what am I doing now?
Against Reiko in particular, when you're Quan, like Darius is just giving you more for the matchup. It's no wonder Zupa wasted no time going straight back and picking it.
And there's the wake-up attack in motion. It's so good.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Some of that meter keeps the armor, but again, I love the use of the stars to crush the armor. Hard to block. Low overhead, goes in for the 2-1 just for the bounce. Empty jump from Rewind. Scoop him up.
Yeah, Zupa was trying to look for the up block there. Rewind being careful, and a massive catch Zupa.
Can't break. The spell's under. Can break now, however. Rewind had to save his skin. I mean, that was going to be the end of the round.
I don't think that Zupa could have gone for... Oh, wow, what a catch. I don't think that Zupa could have gone for Fatal Blow off that combo there, because I think Darius was still on the screen, or still quite close enough to it, but regardless, wouldn't have mattered anyway. The dash-up grab, okay, Rewind. You know, I like that, because the grab animation's quite long, so it's going to waste some of that portal time.
It's pretty common matchup tech against Quan Chi is to throw just to make sure the time's gone, especially if he doesn't spend meter on the spell. Unlikely that we won't, though. The increased utility of just having that spell out for, I think it's about triple the time. Way too
feels like an eternity if you're on the receiving end of it, but Rewind has some patience, playing around it well.
All right, we are going to get armored.
Wow. It's actually close enough for that armor to still be active. I thought maybe Rewind to dash far enough out of it. And again, these mix-ups have been so good. Here he is again. The jump back, I like that from Rewind. Just because Darius has been called doesn't mean everything is going to hit as a meaty. If they hold it, or if they're going for the options.
Oh no!
Wow!
Couldn't get the running stance. We really haven't actually had a chance to see that green spell used too much.
Oh, the quad overhead. Speaking of which, there comes the EX skull, and Zupa. Looks like Zupa is not done with the bag of tricks yet, as the green spell is starting to get introduced now.
Difficult choice to make. If you're going to go for the green spell, though, it is going to cost you a bar, and so consistently, Zupa has only had one bar at a time.
That's the first time in a hot minute that Rewind has found a clean opening there to actually spend the cameo, get some big damage on the board. Because so many times here that Rewind has got a hit, the armor spell is there. I mean, there it is again. And Rewind's having to end that offense early.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. EX.
Oh my goodness.
Even with the 1,000 health. I'm used to seeing that kind of damage because it's Quan and he just dies if you breathe on him. That was not one of those times. This is a crazy matchup to see so far because you just look at the different levels of utility with these two characters. And we're starting to expand. We were talking about layers earlier.
Well, the thing is, again, just because Darius has been called doesn't mean he is going to hit you meaty. And every time Rewind is sitting there trying to block, he's getting opened up. So if he is recognizing a situation that, hang on, you've done an option into Darius that doesn't, I don't have to sit here and respect it. We're seeing Rewind begin to work that out. Oh, there's a catch, and that armor spell's nowhere near. Yeah, I mean, it's moving, but it's too late. Wait, no, is there enough time? There's no way. The armor spell moved across practically the entire screen and was still active long enough to proc the armor.
There's a reason Rewind was looking for the down two.
Oh, no!
Oh my lord, that was so cheeky!
Is that the first time all set that Zupa has established the EX technical low?
Yeah, because it's 2 bars, mate.
I mean, it's dangerous, right?
Really expensive. But it works.
If you have the resources to result in a kill, fatal blow. There you go, job done, Zupa. I was saying before, the bag of tricks is not empty.
Nice use that forward two. Trying to establish. Oh, just outside the magic range to get caught. That's going to be armor time. Mix up, goes for the double overhead this time, just to keep Rewind on his toes, right?
Armor break. But this is why we've seen Rewind be so slippery when dealing with these Darius mix-ups, because every time Rewind actually sits there and blocks them, he's been opened up. I think it has been every time. And the Darius, when he comes out, he can go overhead, he can go low. Quan has his own options on the back of it. It's so difficult to defend against, and Rewind now has to surmount a fierce comeback, but no, I mean, this is going to do a lot of damage, but this is going to be difficult. Because you've spent the Fatal Blow now.
Yo,
this will waste the time, so Tremor's going to be back.
Tremor's going to be back, and you've got 1 bar. This is a really bold move by Rewind. Wait a minute. I'm dying.
Sorry, Ketchup's about to cough for like 30 seconds.
If
as
he
soon as we
ran
saw
under that sky drop and scooped him, I would have lost my mind.
That was low-key what I was expecting to happen. Because when you looked at the resources that were left, right, Tremor was back, there was a bar left, there was no break for Zooper. A command grab mix-up pretty much is going to be able to finish off what was left, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, did not happen.
All right, well, we got 2 games apiece.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, so that just for the last shuriken, but the armor was enough. Yeah, the neutral has been so volatile for Rewind.
Wow! The absolute know-how to just power through that Tremor. 1 more significant hit, it whiffs again. Does not matter, though. There's the low poke.
If Sky drop into poke, though, that is some danger.
Match point.
That's true. Zooper looking to maybe eliminate Rewind here. There we go, Zooper ready. And you know, someone with this much time into Quan, they are going to know exactly where they can get away, when that armor is active, when they can take a hit on purpose, go for the interrupt.
You kind of just have a built-in clock in your head.
Wow.
You just know exactly when to release block and tank these hits. Very reminiscent of like a sorcerer back in the day, Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Rewind looking for the back 3. Scoops.
Goes for the 2-1 again. At this point, it's going to get broken, but the knockdown continues, so the advantage for Rewind was still prominent. However, the armor once again, Darius, the block on the low overhead. That might have been saving the skin, does not scout the wake up.
That was the most important time in the whole set. Wait, does this work?
That's it, you press back 3, you're getting gripped.
That was the most important moment in the entire set for Rewind to block that mix-up, and he finally blocked it. And on the result, on the back of it, the result is reverse match point again. Okay, 1 round left. Losers bracket. Who's going home? Who's moving forward? Quan, Reiko. Let's get it. Zooper.
Did not want to overcommit there. That portal was far too close. Unfortunately, caught by the low overhead again. Purple portal time. It's not just the damage and the size of those hitboxes. It's the meter that Quan's going to build. Another Darius wake up. Get back there, mate. I've had enough of it.
Oh, wow. Just could not jump over at the very end. And there it is again. Rewind forced to break. So much meter gone, though. Without that bar, the opportunity to get big damage is so reduced. But you have to respect the armor is there. Okay, Zooper manages to catch again. This is looking so good for Zooper. Armor spell again. The armor!
For it. Still alive, but barely. Never mind. The overhead finishes the job. That was such a cool set.
No.
The power of this team, the Quan Darius, it's really tricky to use. Like there's so many different things you can do with it that's high maintenance. But in this setting, I mean, come on, Zooper.
Oh, but just look.
Over the moon.
You can tell that Zooper is just, yeah, like you said, over the moon with that result. That was so well played. The adaptation, the change to Darius, just the neutral control, just fantastic. And Rewind, you know Rewind is here to play a lot of games this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
MK1. Rewind is one of those players who never really seems to lose it. You know, and definitely not going to be the case in MK1 either. You know, this is someone who is a final Kombat finalist, Evo champion in NetherRealm games. Just fantastic stuff all the way.
All right, so I believe we're getting our next matches set up. However, had a fair few matches to kickstart things. We're going to go for a quick break, and when we return, Mortal Kombat 1 Top 8 Combo Breaker. We'll be back after this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Combo Breaker 2026 is here, and so is the MK1 Top 8. We have the first round of games out of the way, and plenty more left to do to find who is going to be our Combo Breaker champion this year.
So we'll take a quick look at the bracket and find out what the rest of our journey is going to look like. As you can see, Kanimani and Lavender reign sitting pretty in that winners finals. But first, we need to send 2 more players home. Our next matchup is going to be 2 Trillion versus Killerxinok, so USA versus Brazil again. We're going to see if it's going to be T1000 versus Rain, is my guess. And then it will be VGY versus Epiczoopa. So either way, we're in for some really nice matches. I think there's the fist bump. They were doing their button checks during the ad break, so I'm pretty sure we should be good to just jump straight in.
It actually looks like Xinok is going to be at least starting on the Quan Chi.
What's up with all the Quan Chi these days?
Hey, Quan Chi, he's one of those characters that I think the more people have had time with him to really kind of work him out, the stronger he has seemed. I'm not going to sit here and say like sleeper top tier or anything, but I don't think Quan Chi is a bad character at all. And I think if you get like really strong players with like good neutral themselves and that awareness to kind of like micromanage all the weird stuff he does, I don't see why not. And at the same time though, Trillion looks so confident versus Lavender. Ooh, nice. Boulder setups. Already we're going to be seeing how different, or how much of a difference I should say, the cameo makes. We were seeing before the Darius, the constant overhead low. Tremor, definitely a different story.
Consistently getting these throw combos, by the way, all of which, Quan Chi's combos, I mean, they're not exactly the longest in the world, but Tremor doesn't take long to come back. So, I mean, the utility is just never ending.
Now we saw Trillion in this exact situation. Ooh, okay. Did spend the bar, though. Yeah.
That was sick.
Xinok with the green armor. Trillion was looking for the down 2 amp. Wasn't quite able to find it. Xinok, 1 step ahead. But Trillion was put in that position quite a few times against Lavender Rain. You know, kind of down on the back foot, had a comeback to make, but was consistently looking like he was able to do it. The question is, can he avoid that situation altogether?
All right, we spend the meter. The EX portal's coming out. This one's going to be out for a really long time, and Tremor fully locked and loaded, so at any moment could give you something. In this case, 3 throw combos we've already seen in this one match. Lovely armored interruption. It's not about the damage, it's about clearing out space and getting those plus frames. Beautiful overhead.
It is basically instant momentum, right? Because if you've hit that armor, you're going to be getting the Janet, you're going to be going for the Whirlpool meaty, and look at what you can start on the back of it. And now we're potentially looking for end of round territory.
If you can start a combo with Rain's forward 2, that is consistently your highest damage. Always, always, always. A nice turnaround there from Trillion. Not only getting that second round, but ending the round with Killerxinok back to the wall. Tremor able to create almost just this meat shield in front of Killerxinok. All the while, that meter's being drained from Trillion. Killerxinok clipped by the back 3, however. Big damage.
I would say, speaking of damage, this is a path and a half. Half-life into setup.
That would have armor broken, that standing 2. All right, starting to threaten those overheads bit by bit. We're just taking the damage. They add up, and right, we've had enough of this. I'm doing a wake-up attack. Oh no, the standing 3. Oh no, here we go again. Oh no, 5.
Oh, the one time the low comes out. Oh, but that is one of those damned if you do / don't scenarios.
You ain't feeling good about that. You ain't. The one time you crouch, and that's when he does it. Of course he did.
That wasn't the only time that Trillion had a way out of it, though, right? We saw the armor before, but the it was the orange armor spell absorbed the second hit of Rain's armor. So Trillion wasn't at, you know, we saw the Janet cool, but it wasn't able to actually result in what it normally does. Okay, there's a catch. Nice cancels coming out from Trillion. Oh, okay.
Creates the portals, builds a little bit of meter as well. All right.
Oh, overhead combo.
Our overhead's a combo, yes please. Uh-oh, yo, that long range low. The fully charged back 2? I can't remember the last time I saw that work.
Oh, Xinok has just transformed this approach. We are looking overhead low almost exclusively. Again, I think that might be the first time I've ever seen the fully charged Quan overhead connect as well myself, but it was just such a raw time to do it.
Oh no, and speaking of overheads, they're back. And at this health, it really is a guess for game. Goes in for the throw. Lovely escape there from Trillion. Blocks the overhead as well. You gotta watch out. Oh, Tremor saves the day! The trap was set!
To be fair though, Shinnok was playing quite reserved in the face of that armor spell though, because Trillian was sitting on Fatal Blow, which again, if you do that as a reaction raw or just as a prediction right as the overhead's coming out, that would have immediately won the round for Trillian, so Shinnok was looking out for it.
Looking for the 1-3 again. Good blocks from Trillian, unfortunately clipped by that back three. It's not really going to deal a lot of damage, but it's never about damage with Quan. It's the situation that follows, the setup,
Look at the range.
advantage. Uh-oh.
Again, we're seeing before from Zupa, and Shinnok's doing very much the same thing, that cameo being an extension of himself, especially in that neutral. You're just always thinking one step ahead with Quan Chi. You know, the next spell you're going for, the next normal, where are they going to move? Do you have to go for standing 4? You're going for overhead. You always have to be thinking, and your cameo is just another piece of that you need to establish that space, and we're seeing Shinnok do it so well here. The armor spell again, that combo breaker potential. Another time, Trillian cannot get anything started in the face of this armor.
I mean, don't get me wrong, even with the armor, it's doing good damage to Killerxinok, but he's got such a sizable lead. I think you live, you can block that. And Janet, it took her so long to come back. She wasn't able to break until just now. The down three's gonna whip.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear.
It was such a deliberate...
Good.
No, that was a deliberate finish from Shinnok, right? As soon as we saw the situation post-breaker, immediately establishing the bone cage. And then from there, what do you do? It's the low special, it's the overhead.
It was big range, and it would crush the down 3. 2-0, though, for Killerxinok.
Okay, this is what we need from Trillian. Keep the pressure on Quan Chi. Do not give him room in the neutral to start his game. Give him any space, any breathing room. He is going to use it to smother you. Okay, this is a perfect round. An absolutely fantastic round from 2 Trillian. I mean, yeah, that was it. That was practically a perfect.
It's the dynamics of the matchup. It's not a matter of Quan Chi landing the hit. It's just giving him room to set anything up.
Get on him and do not move. Easier said than done, though, because there it is.
That's going to whip. Yep. That's going to get caught. However, again, we are getting these combos.
Reset.
I think he's trying to interrupt and use that armor to his advantage. Unfortunately, is kind of just
okay. Is Janet going to be here in time? No, not quite. But she is here to finish off.
Oh, Tremor's nowhere to be seen. That 10-second penalty is brutal.
Okay, counter hit on the low. Trillian was pressing, trying to find something to finish off this little scrap of life left. But now, this is what you want. Best case scenario now for Trillian. Shinnok definitely has his work cut out for him. Because the thing is, armor spell, if you absorb the armor, you still take damage. So armor spell is no longer going to be used.
Get out of here.
Now, that has to have been such a satisfying uppercut to hit for Trillian. After what he's been having to deal with at the hands of this tricky neutral, just hitting that guttural down 2. But also, a fantastic turnaround for Trillian. And the obvious takeaway from that was Trillian was able to be much more in control. Just got that hit early, turned it into a snowball scenario, and just did not give Shinnok any of that neutral space to set up. And this is looking like more of the same. Already in the corner, no space.
Doesn't quite manage to get the combo from the throw, and unfortunately in doing so, has given that space to Quan Chi. Gotta watch out, up block, but cannot press. Patience and discipline from Trillian keeps him going.
Okay, there's a shove combo. Gonna be quite scaled. Shinnok ending it early, just getting the armor on the screen again, and the immediate turnaround. Oh, okay, these overheads, they don't do tons of damage, but they do add up over time.
Geisa was able to armor break actually in that instance. Quan was locked into his animation. Looking for it again. An interesting territory. What are we going to do about this? Every single overhead this low, it's going to start adding up really quickly. Overhead tries the combo. That definitely would have been the round had it landed. Now it will be, and an easy confirm. That's the round guaranteed.
I mean, Shinnok saw the dash cancel, called out straight away with that fastest button Quan has standing into instant catch. Killerxinok now match point. A life bar away from eliminating 2 Trillian here, but Trillian has been playing. I mean, I don't think this is over unless we see another one of those rounds where it is just strength to strength. Orange portal on the screen, and away you go.
All it takes is one orange portal for the advantage to begin. As you can see. Oh no, and he beats him to it with the air-to-air. That could be critical. Because now, just look.
Okay.
Pushes him out. Doesn't want to overcommit though again. The threat of the armor is always there. However, Janet not quite ready to combo from that throw. Plus frames. That whole thing gapless, by the way, Quan at some point. The 1-2-2 did actually become a gapless string. The tremor will guarantee the portal in that case. And that's going to be all she wrote for Trillion. Really, really good showing in this top 8. Killerxinok, man on a mission. Went in with that Quan Chi, knew exactly what he was going to do in the matchup there, which is create armor, try and zone you a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's when do you press? Trillion was trying so hard to be reserved and not just too eagerly press something. And even then, it was still so hard to work around it.
Even in the face of the orange portal, you know, we were seeing the attempts, a lot of EX armor, a lot of Janet on the back of it, trying to plow through, get as many hits as possible to just deny it, but wasn't able to get the job done in the end. But of course, huge congrats on the top 8 itself. You know, Combat Breaker, such a beloved tournament, a major event. I think this tournament in general has been kind of like the NRS hub for the year, right? You know, obviously all the different games are here. That this is definitely a tournament that you want to be doing well at. So huge congrats on the top 8. But Xinok is going to be the one moving forward. But we're moving to our next losers bracket match. Is going to be VideoGamezYo versus Epiczoopa. So likely to see another Quan Chi coming out of Zoopa. The question is, who is VideoGamezYo going to play? VideoGamezYo, the player of many teams in this game, quite unpredictable, but has had a comfort on the Shao. We've seen a lot of the Homelander. We've seen Sector. We've seen Melina as like a one-time anti, like Kanimani pick. Like, just who knows? I could genuinely see VGY play just about anything, and it wouldn't be a surprise because you know this player is prepared.
Just going in for a button check first, and then we'll be jumping in. I do wonder. I mean, the General Shao, very suffocating character. Now, we're talking about trying to avoid what has become modern Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat 1, which the more competitive Quan we see, it's orange portal by any means necessary.
Yes.
So what character do you play that can either armor break the portal, just absolutely obliterate Quan up close so he doesn't have a chance to, or have strong neutral tools where even getting a portal on screen is easier said than done?
Okay, well, it is going to be the General Shao. VGY locking it in, Zoopa. Starting with the Darius this time, the Quan Chi Darius. So we're going to be seeing the return to that kind of like post-knockdown game. Whereas Tremor is more about constant pressure on block, kind of push back, neutral, whatever. Okay, arresting him. Arrest this man.
That's not a terrible choice, actually, though, because if that happens, it's going to deter Quan so much from getting those spells out.
Quan Chi accused. Crimes of neutral. Guilty. Oh,
Class frames. There's one thing we haven't talked about. Quan Chi, his buttons are not great in the speed department. So General Shao's plus frames, even things like the hand-to-hand sweep, that's going to be hard for Quan to deal with.
Okay, I love this choice. So if you are full screen to Quan Chi, you do have access to the arrest. Okay, I see the vision here from VGY. You are inevitably going to be stuck against him at full screen, but you have a tracking move. Yeah, Striker, the handcuffs, probably the least likely Striker move we ever see from this cameo, but in this matchup might actually be extremely important.
It could be the most vital move. Lovely read on the grab. What
you were saying before,
choice.
Yeah, these plus frames from Shao are going to be scary for Quan to deal with, but if you just make those reads on the grab, you can punish it just as hard as everyone else.
Standing button into the rising knee, by the way. Oh, there's the mix again. I was about to say standing button into rising knee happened so quickly. Ooh. Again, crushes the armor, but 4-2-1. Love to see it.
Okay, this time the adaptation from Zoopa. Waited to crouch the arrest this time. Oh, again. Stomped him. Kicking his head in. Leave him alone.
Imagine being this like powerful sorcerer from what is essentially hell, right? And just this man appears behind you with the handcuffs. Not like a superhuman, just a guy with a cap on.
Yeah, Striker is just a bloke. A normal bloke.
Certified bloke. Oh,
wow.
And it gets rid of all of Striker as well. That is crucial. Armor. Oh,
honestly, I'm surprised to see VGY commit to that command grab there, considering the armor was going to be there.
Uh-oh. That's going to be more armor. I don't think that's it. I think that's going to be, yep, that's going to be the reverse. And didn't quite work out.
That was definitely going to kill. That was absolutely super dead. Now, honestly, in that match, I feel like VGY was kind of just playing like the armor didn't exist.
I wouldn't quite say that, because I think some of his choices of buttons were meant to be a little bit more on the far side. Oh, speaking of crushing armor, this Baraka is an extremely deliberate Quan Chi choice.
And the Baraka Kano. You know, Kano's going to get you in. It's going to keep you safe on block. And Kano... Like, Baraka strike it as a team that's seen a lot of play as well for, like, high damage combos, explosive offense. But the thing about Kano is that you're just going to call him. Yeah, you're going to call him. He's going to get you in. And on block, he's going to make everything plus. And he's going to give you long block strings. It is just, it's not about massive damage here. It's about just sticking to Quan Chi like glue. And that is what Baraka Kano is going to be trying to do here. On paper, it should be possible. It's just Zupa. I mean, Zupa has been playing so well.
VGY's entire goal here is to just absolutely shred through that armor. I guess we'll find out in due time if that's going to work out. The defense of Zupa's been good. Lovely grab. Decent damage on that grab, I might add, and a decent lead for Zupa. Doesn't have any meter for the spells yet. Well, that will soon change. All right.
Yeah, doesn't commit. Okay. That armor spell's now going to be gone. Was it? No meter spent. Oh, and here he is again. Darius every time. Oh, the break from VGY.
Oh,
yeah, what can you do? Yeah, caught on the way up again. VGY. The break there. Zupa punishing it hard.
Yeah, breaking that late in the round could absolutely come back to bite VGY. There's no resources now at all. Zupa just needs a little bit. Every knockdown, that Darius hard to blockable. And now with the zoning, I mean, we're going to just build meter all day.
VGY though manages to find a big opening here. The big launch into corner game. Kano to keep it plus. Yeah, extended block strings, that chip damage. There was no flawless block. Look at all the chip damage VGY got on that sequence. But the wake up yet again. Zupa knows the armor is there. Can start swinging. Okay, block on the Darius setup this time.
Ooh, the animation lock keeps us in. Almost got armor broken there, but not quite. Darius, another good block on that low overhead from VGY. Oh, tried to maybe go for some sort of buffer there. Oh no, Kano. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I was so worried that Kano ruined that.
Well, I feel like if you spend one of the bars on the EX blade charge, that does guarantee the kill, but that's super meter.
Yeah, well, I've just made a shocking discovery, right? All 4 characters in this match are bald as hell.
That's true.
That's actually crazy, man.
The quad?
Quad baldness. There's the armor.
Oh, massive jump in. Yeah, and I love the immediate confirm into the blade charge too. The force blocks. Yeah, the armor, the armor spell.
Dude, go away.
Zupa spent the whole time moving it forward and it actually got in range. That's crazy.
You're like the portable fan out and just shoot it into the distance. Had enough of you. Uh-oh. There's the mix.
Oh, Kano. Low key, I think Kano's actually...
Oh no, there's no Kano! There's no Kano to be had! That will be a huge punish.
Can you kill on this though? Oh, Darius, how do you avoid the chip? Is it possible? It missed! It completely missed the flawless block! The flawless blocks from VGY have been so clutch, but not enough! The sky drop is clean and Zupa. I mean, you know he's feeling that one. VGY almost had the clutchness to the very end, but now... a 2-game deficit. You know, I don't think this pick is a bad idea. I think there was some questionable cameo calls which were knocking... Basically, when the armor was in play and Kano was called, I feel like in that instance, Kano was actually hurting VGY. Whether it's putting you in a position that it occupies the armor and now you're suddenly unsafe, knocking you out of damage that you kind of need to get the kill. But it's hard, right? Because it's a unique approach. Because it's like, you're not used to having Kano be denied like that by the armor spell.
The first time we saw the Kano ball and it made the combo fall short, at least VGY still got the round. That double knife right near the end of the last round, Kano straight up just ruined that. Now we'll see what Striker's doing. The grenades will still add to the safety. All right, big pickup again. That was armor spent. That wake up from Darius is just proving so useful.
120 damage a pop as well, you know, that doesn't tickle. You're under arrest.
We are going to retain that utility of the striker handcuffs now.
Oh!
Crushed it.
So much armor. VGY just cannot find it. A good block again. VGY's defense has been so good on these blocks, but flawless block again. Zupa. And again, all you need is a poke. Instant confirm again, just trying desperately to waste as much of that armor time as possible.
Even down to the spending the extra bar just for the stab at the end of that blade charge. Uh-oh. Oh, no. You can't break. Oh, he missed.
Zupa with the drop.
Oh,
He's
no.
alive. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What is going on, Ketchup?
We were 1% short. That's what happened, but we still managed to find a way. Doesn't want to overcommit here. Darius, just the raw overhead. Setups into setups. The pokes, knows the armor's going to be there. Zupa, the awareness. Like I say, if you're a Quan player, you just have this built-in timer in your head.
But even
you know when it's coming.
Even choosing, you're not going to get a massive combo for it. Just take the down two, right? The damage. Zupa playing so optimal in these situations. VGY, again, as soon as you have that orange portal behind you, you cannot play normally.
All low.
Okay, yep. No bar to extend, no striker either. We are starved on the resources. Is VGY as Zupa finds another opening and a match point. Zupa back to the wall, but not looking like a disadvantage right now.
I see 1 bar of meter, and we all know how it's going to get spent. Yep. There it is. Now it's going to be up for way longer than that blade charge is going to do. Goes in for the meaty standing 4. I like the choice. Picks it up. Darius, a little bit too early. There's the blade charge again. VGY in the lead here. And we have the grenade now. We can start to establish.
And again, the armor, yeah. But VGY, you get the 2-1. You almost sense a frustration from VGY. You know, you don't want to have to drop every single combo short. But if you don't, you potentially put yourself in such a dangerous position. Especially now we're talking match point. VGY, though, manages to find the back 3. There's a strike of the extension. Does not need it. VGY, savage in that game 3. Just got Zupa in the corner and was just tearing him to shreds to get through that armor as much as possible. But it was not flawless. Zupa was so close to being able to take that game too.
You just need to try and smother Quan the best you can, but it's so much easier said than done. He has so many tools to deal with this. Uh-oh, just catches it. Could have been more of a confirm, but we're going to take it. Gets the big jump in.
Ooh.
No one hopes to follow up.
But didn't go for the follow-up. Maybe Zupa not quite as confident that it's going to be working on hit anymore, as VGY has been defending, but still a massive lead already. VGY going to end with a corner here. Yeah. Corner carry. Yeah, Zupa has been getting opened up by that back 3.
Even a low poke on block, that into the armor is a scary situation.
Oh, what do you do? Yeah, what can you do, though, when you're at practically chip territory and that spell is up? Zupa, another match point.
Now, it is match point, but it's not the end of days. We get the pickup from Striker. There's no meter, so we're not going to see an EX yet. What's the punish? Does find the punish now. The flawless block makes that wake up so much worse. All right, there's a barometer. Are we going to wait for it? Goes. Although Zupa got annihilated in that round, he built 3 bars, and you know he's going to spend it now.
Now VGY spent the farm there on the cameo just to get the machine gun in place, but Zupa just sat there blocking.
Wait a minute.
In the back 3 though. Oh, okay.
Not quite sure what that was. Either way, we take the knockdown. There's the armor.
Yep, and it gets a confirm. The adaptation from VGY, wasting as much of this time as possible. The armor break! And it disappeared! The armor has forsaken him! VGY bring us to a game 5. This set was looking so one-sided. But sticking with the Baraka, but making the change to Striker. This Striker change has been so useful, because the main thing Kano was doing was just making things safe and keeping you plus. You do get that from the grenade. You don't get it as like much of a looped scenario as you get with Kano knives. But all the same, the safety is what's important.
Now we see an immediate adaptation there from Zupa, trying to actually keep Baraka more at bay. That green spell, I mean, you're not going to get the armor, right? But you are at least going to try and keep a bit more distance between yourself and Baraka. Baraka, though, such an aggressively forward-moving character. Advancing sweep, advancing every button. The 2-1, I mean, it's hard. It's difficult for Quan Chi to keep this away. There's the grenades, saving the skin of Baraka.
But that kind of grenade trade, the main thing about that is, again, just having the space. The big punish, though. Striker not available to make that save.
All right, Armored Spell is out.
Oh, Super tried to take the hit on purpose, and then wake up immediately. Super, mid-screen, this is where he needs to stay.
Reaction! See ya later!
Okay, VGY manages to go up in the set at the very end. This will be doing enough damage. Fatal Blow, it's spent now, but what else was it being used on? Yeah, that's a best case scenario. Get that reaction on board, get the round.
If you're in the last game, use it or lose it. You don't want to have any regrets afterwards.
Ooh.
Oh no, he's got a gun! And now it's gone. Just like that. Imagine being a sorcerer and just dude with gun.
It just makes it feel a little bit redundant, doesn't it? Okay, though, this is best case scenario now. VGY, armor break again. The armor's going to save him one more time, but Super.
Oh, annihilation right at the end. The reverse, the comeback of VGY. It all came down to the Baraka and the main man, Striker himself.
Now, Striker is an important pick at the end, but it really was that Baraka. That Baraka changed, and it was just the way he was playing it too. The instant confirms into Blade Charge to just move away from the armor, waste the time, keep Quan blocking, having the armor shred. Just everything about that pick was smart. But massive, massive shout-outs to Zupa for putting on a fantastic show. That Quan is absolutely no joke, as we saw at Frosty Faustings, and we're seeing here again, combo breaker.
That was, I think, really case in point why VGY has been so consistently considered just one of the best in Mortal Kombat 1 for a very, very long time, because it's preparation and just a absolute understanding of what's the right tool for the job.
Yep.
Right? You know, so gone are the days where VGY was kind of like, right, I'm going to play loads of Shao and that's it, or I'll play Johnny Cage and that's it. You play the game so much and you compete so much, you look at that objectively and go, this character, this cameo for something that's been terrorizing people in this top 8, and then the game plan is so solid.
Well, but it is just a glowing example as to why it can be useful to know multiple characters. But it is the definition of easier said than done. You know, even playing one character or a team in this game at the highest possible level, that's a tall order. You know, that's a lot to ask, especially if you're trying to play it the way that these players do. But if you are good enough to do it, and if you have the time and you have the ability to swap between these teams, the ability to swap on the fly, to see this kind of matchup, like I need something specific because this character is weird and I need to know what I'm doing about it, it just gives you more options, right? More up your sleeve. But yeah, easier said than done for sure, playing characters, or that many characters, cameos on top of it as well. But VGY has always been a bit of an experimenter in this game. He was always playing, even if we were talking just his Shao, how many cameos has he played with Shao over the game?
Possibly every single one.
Yeah, anything. Because you know, if there's even remotely a synergy that exists, he's looked it up. But that's going to be it for now. We're moving on to our winners finals. We're moving up to the winners bracket once again. Kanimani, Lavender Rain, the international winners finals. Kanimani, EU, Lavender Rain, Latin America, Brazil out in force here again. Shout out to Latin America. Mortal Kombat has been supporting so much. And MK1, Lavender Rain here, doing them proud, no doubt.
There's just so much competitive activity in LATAM when it comes to Mortal Kombat 1. Like there's so many like road to big events that happen. I mean, we saw so many of them at Viennality. We're seeing them here at Combo Breaker. The support's really inspirational, I would say. But now there's the immediate, I would say, first blood from Lavender Rain. Kanimani with the Reiko.
Yeah, definitely not a character we see from Kanimani very often at all, but again, we were talking before about everything about VGY and time in the game and characters played. Pretty much copy-paste Kanimani. Same thing applies. Whereas Lavender Rain, a true specialist. You know, we've seen some Ermac here and there, maybe. A few other characters over time, but when again, push comes to shove, it is going to be that Takeda as much as possible.
Wow. Immediately with the empty jump. Taking
wow.
a turn as well. Big pick up there from Kanimani.
And the forward 1 hit Takeda, the 2 hit Jax. 1 string, 2-piece, thank you very much.
Plus frames into staggers. So many of those down 4s. Goes in for the mid as well. Lavender Rain caught slipping.
But that is a problem that Takeda is going to have, you know, not great defense. Doesn't have amazing quick mids to kind of defend. Armor, not great. So someone like Reiko who can get in is just going to put on that pressure so thick.
That was a really brave interruption from Lavender Rain, by the way. Just must have acknowledged that that Tremor's come out a little bit too late. Interrupts it with standing 1, and jobs are good, and about half-life's already gone.
Now, this is not where you want to be. Back to the wall, defending against Reiko. Tremor not quite ready for the extension yet, but he is coming. There he is. Used immediately, yeah. Damage on the board. Oh, and one hit at a time, Kanimani. Steamrolling so far. Lavender Rain fighting back.
Oh, wow. All right, so.
You won't kill on this. It is a throw combo, but setup, follow, maybe, no. Lavender Rain not committing. Playing it quite safe here. Using the longer range neutral, but you have to be careful. Reiko does have those buttons to check. Could not pick up from that.
Again, the overhead. Trying to keep it as safe as possible. It's so easy to look at that situation and just try and enforce a grab, but... Oh, there's the bowling ball. I didn't even see Tremor throw that.
No, me neither. Kind of just rolled over like a tumbleweed.
No, I was thinking the same thing. Right, game number 1, Kanimani. He's really not taking any risks. When you're close range, it's 2-1, it's down 4, it's plus frames.
Oh, he's keeping it simple, but simple is effective in this instance. Oh, the challenge. But these are definitely characters that Kanimani will be familiar with. You know, obviously Axstar being a real premier Reiko Tremor player. Takeda, you know, Rothor has been a player of Takeda for quite a while now. So definitely these are characters that Kanimani will be familiar with.
I feel like we're saving the threat of command grab for an absolute pivotal moment. It's great to end combos with for the damage, but again, like I'm saying, this close range game, it's all plus frames and just the overhead low. And then Tremor. Jax, watch out! Look after your mate! Come on, man! He's sitting there beating up Tremor like, I'm doing such a good job. All the while, your mate's just dead on the floor.
Takeda is slightly concussed. Be right.
Do you have any ibuprofen? I have a headache. Going for it, plus frames once more. That Reiko down 4, so good. Speaking of which, there it is again. Oh, whiff punish with it.
It's just the respect that must be shown to it as well. Now, Reiko, such a mix-up menace. And for every reason we're seeing here, not everything leads to massive reward, but it is just so constant. Everything's safe on block. You just find yourself perpetually stuck there. The backhand right there, massively plus on block. It is a high, but if you duck it, he's got mids that can check you. He's got the overhead that will check you.
There's the grab. 10, you're saving it for a rainy day. In this case, it'll be taking all the resources out of Lavender Rain. There is still a Jax to work with. However, that's a massive pickup, and no doubt going to be that second game. Kanimani now 2-0 up on Lavender Rain. One more moving into grand finals winner's side. That is one hell of an advantage to have.
I feel like Kanimani has gone into this set with such a clear game plan in mind. You know, it is close the distance as soon as possible and then just one option at a time.
Is Lavender Rain going to change character? He has got an Ermac.
We have seen a few other characters from Lavender Rain over the last year or two. Mainly is the Takeda, but we have seen a fantastic Ermac. We've seen a Baraka here and there too. We've seen a Liu Kang as well.
I'm sure I've seen him play Smoke.
He's definitely played a lot of characters, but...
Taking some time, I guess, was what we were really doing here.
So Kenny, a very intelligent player. He's going here with knowing exactly what he needs to do, and he is playing the matchup exactly as we would expect. But what will Lavender Rain do in response? We have to see it. This is for grand finals, winner's side. Top 3 is secured, but top 2 hangs in the balance.
All right, Jax managing to catch the cameo early. However,
it's quite important though, because Reiko with no Tremor available, it's kind of just overhead low, regular grab. Suddenly it's a lot less threatening. And look at me, Tremors, he's only just started coming back. He's been gone for quite some time.
Definitely gives Lavender Rain a lot more breathing space. However, that time is running out. Lovely pickup though. There's the immediate break. So much respect being shown from Kanny. If you're going to deal damage, I'm just shutting it down immediately. I'm not messing around with it.
Again, this is an immediate adaptation. Lavender Rain, much better usage. Dude, Jax is just beating the crap out of Tremor every single time. It's true 2v2.
That's the wild thing, actually. Not only is he beating Tremor to death, but it's actually, in theory, making that cooldown even longer.
It is. But then, again, as soon as Tremor's been taken off the board, you actually can establish these buttons a bit more. Because Lavender Rain hasn't been able to use back too much of anything. Hasn't been able to establish that range game that Takeda normally thrives at.
Oh, the double hit. Oh,
no, that didn't combo.
Went for the pickup there. Couldn't quite land it. Oh, the whiff! Oh, dear!
If that grab connected, that would have been curtains for Lavender Rain. But Kanimani did not get it, and Lavender Rain made him pay dearly. Oh.
Gotta watch yourself. There's that tremor, the uppercut. Aftershock things. Takes the pushback of the energy wave, backs up the projectile game. I mean, Reiko, it can almost just be considered another one of his normals. Sometimes those close-range projectiles.
But Kanimani, oh, the preemptive Jack's call for the gotcha grab. Even there, like Lavender Rain trying to establish EX Shurikens, Kanimani just backs off. Is not interested in playing any of these games.
The Miracle down 4, rears its head again.
Massive confirm.
Such a crucial part of that game. You want to contest with that down 4 and then his back 3 just eats you for breakfast. Plus frames.
Pretty sure that was like max range back 3 as well. Kanimani.
Establishes setup.
Oh, oh no.
Whiffs, though. Oh, that's one of the worst strings to get caught whiffing on.
Quite ironic, because that is how the first round went bad for Kanimani as well. Went for a confirm, missed it, got punished on hit. Lavender Rain, same thing there on the receiving end, and now potentially a 3-0 sweep in this winners finals for Kanimani, unless Lavender Rain can find something right now.
Worst place in the world for Takeda to be against a character like Reiko. Takeda, I mean, he basically has armor that is so bad you may as well pretend it doesn't exist. Oh, tremor!
Uh-oh. Max range pickup. No bar, but Tremor's there. Down 2. Oh no, the mix-ups. Anything kills at this life.
That down 2 is a single hit punish. You can't break. An overwhelming aggression is going to see Kanimani move into Grand Finals winner's side. This is going to be... You look at that situation for Kanny, I am unsure if anyone else is going to be able to take this tournament now.
So I do not want to speak too soon, and I certainly don't want to jinx it. But I cannot remember the last time a European player, or a player from the EU region in general, won Combo Breaker in a mainline NRS game. I mean, Foxy way back when.
2016.
Was it 2016?
I think it was 2016.
It's been a long time.
It was a wonderful Grand Finals. If I'm not mistaken, it was Foxy versus Hayate in Grand Finals.
I think you're right.
Not long before the ESL Season 3 finals that saw just a huge collaboration of South America, was it CIS, EU, and America. And then Combo Breaker was, I think, really just a couple of weeks before it, if that.
Maybe. I mean, we're going back some years now, showing our age a little bit, but the point is...
34 this year.
Hey, I mean, Combo Breaker has had a big international presence for NRS games in general for a while now. You know, with the rise of just the overall popularity of the games worldwide, I suppose. And here we are, Kanimani, sitting in that Grand Finals winner's side. But we are going to go to our final break of this top 8. We will see you in a few minutes' time. Don't go anywhere, because MK1 will conclude here after this.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. We are in the final stages of Mortal Kombat 1 here at Combo Breaker 2026. My name's Ketchup, joined by Mustard. And it's been a great time. It really has. Our next match is going to be in the top 4 territory. Unfortunately, we're back into the loser's bracket, right? So someone's going home, and it's a long trip. It's going to be South America. It's going to be Brazil versus England with VGY. And I'll tell you what, I've been a huge fan of the collection of territories in this tournament, the level of competition, the pedigree that winning this is going to bring, and the fact that what a way to kickstart this NetherRealm celebration.
I've just realized as well, though, so top 4 is 2 LATAM, 2 EU.
Ooh, sorry, America.
Damn. I mean, it's uncommon that this kind of thing normally happens, right?
I don't think I've literally, in like a decade, ever been able to roast that before.
I mean, you are getting some booze, and I think you kind of deserve it.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, biased and corrupt.
But alas, it has resulted in quite an unpredictable top 4. I think if you're Killerxinok in this instance and you've been looking to play the Quan, you definitely, watching that previous match, I mean, yeah, we're seeing the Baraka striker to begin from VGY. I don't think it's possible to look at that match and not see the adaptation that VGY was making, you know?
Well,
if you're Killerxinok, you know what VGY is looking to do, looking for those blade charges, looking for the armor shred with these fast-hitting strings.
But at the same time, I think VGY is looking at this, and in his head, he must be thinking, I can't believe I've got to go through this again.
Again, maybe he's looking forward to it, you know, because the adaptation was made and it did result in a good set win.
Different variation too, we have to mention.
But more importantly, different player. You know, Killerxinok not going to be having quite exactly the same approach, not the same decisions made. Oh, armor break on the machine gun.
Was that an attempt to maybe fatal blow because there was no meter?
Yeah, I actually do wonder if that was a fatal blow attempt. Does that punish? It did. Low key, I actually wasn't sure if that would punish it, because it is kind of slow on startup.
Well, that's a great first round there for Killerxinok.
I think
you have a weird encounter at the end.
I think you might be onto it. I think when we saw the machine gun into the 2-1, I do wonder if VGY went for like a fatal blow right as Striker disappeared, but it was a little bit too early. Because you want to kind of plow through with the damage before the armor becomes a thing, right? Yeah. A massive jump.
Went for a grab attempt. I mean, that does lead to really good damage on Baraka.
What's good about that situation, though, is you can afford to go for it, and if it doesn't work out and they block the machine gun, you're plus anyway. So it kind of gives you a free attempt. Oh, bowling ball. Watch your head.
That has just been working constantly for Killerxinok.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely tried to get a forward 4 there instead of a standing 4. All right. Striker. Plus frames that down 4, just keeping that relentless offense going, but that's it. The second that 1-2 comes out, it's gapless. That's going to be Tremor, and that's going to be a guaranteed armor. Oh, no, and you can't break that!
No, you can. You're too high in the air.
Watch out.
The radius, but the flawless block. Oh.
Can you imagine if he did 2 of those? That would have been insane.
That first flawless block was impressive enough. 2 back-to-back, perhaps a little too much to ask.
Well, we're going back into it, wasting no time. It's a totally different beast. I mean, the game plan remains the same, but Killerxinok plays differently, and the existence of Tremor significantly changes things, because it's not a matter of poke into armor and kind of create that weird situation. 1-2 is gapless. 1-2-2 is gapless. 1-2-2 into Tremor, into armor. You cannot stop that. There's the back 3, though, to open things up. VGY looking to establish himself here.
I like going for the blade charge end, though, for a bit more corner carry, because you really want to get Quan back to the wall. You do not want to give him neutral to work with. I mean, for reasons we have gone over many times.
Killerxinok getting clipped, but opts not to use the breaker. I mean, unless Baraka spends meter and you really don't want to take the damage, that meter is so important for Quan to get himself back into the match through damage alone. Speaking of which, fatal blow, locked and loaded. This is going to hurt because Striker takes health away from you. This is a 950 health Baraka.
Okay, so this definitely doesn't do enough to kill, but this is going to be a miserable situation to be in. Tremor is ready. There's loads of meter. You've got some space to work with. And yeah, it's round 1. You can't rely on the last breath.
Straight up bullet hell, that was.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? So much screen just covered. Instant break. VGY not messing around here, but Killerxinok manages to find it. Yeah, there's the Tremor pickup. That's one good thing about this team. You do get some pretty juicy damage off of Skydrop extensions thanks to the ground pound.
That was some of the original Quan Tremor tech, the Skydrop combos. Oh, no, the armor's going to come back, but we're still getting crushed. Strange encounter after strange encounter. But in this, you have to accept it, right? I think both these players very content to kind of just roll with the madness as it happens.
Oh, I love that call out. Love that call out. So VGY quite likely to go for the extended 4 there at the end, but the 4-4, a double high. If you think they're just going to go for a meaty 4-4, you can just duck underneath it. That was a fantastic call out from Killerxinok. Beautifully played.
VGY has to make a decision. If there's any other character or team in the back pocket that might somewhat deal with this, I wouldn't say better, but the Baraka just hasn't quite been cutting it, right?
Whatever you pick also has to cover all of Shinnok's characters. You know, in this tournament, we've seen Killerxinok has been likely to go to the T1000 as well as the Quan, and as VGY, you know, you're 2 games down. Whatever you pick now has to cover everything. Everything that Shinnok can throw at you. Ah.
I don't hate this.
Okay.
I don't hate this choice. I feel like the ranged game.
Shout out to Josh. Josh TQ. Liu Kang main, brother of VGY. But yeah, Liu Kang is the character that VGY is betting his combo breaker life on this year.
I think Liu Kang's 1-2-1 should do a sufficient job of crushing armor. My only concern is the range. Quan versus Liu. Quan can zone Liu quite effectively. So we shall see how this goes. VGY down in life at the moment. I mean, to be fair, Sky drop on block. The 1-2 will punish it regardless of whether there's armor or not.
I mean, 1-2, forward 4. I mean, we've got some quick attacks that maybe have armor break potential. And mids, you know. Maybe that's the thing. The forward 4 mid. Oh, no! The drop!
That was basically it!
So Liu Kang Striker does have some very juicy combo damage.
Yo, Tremor just ate both those grenades right to the face.
Yeah, VGY. There's the armor again. No reason not to, really. Now, last time we saw VGY in a situation, a character change did make all the difference in the world. 2-0 down versus Epiczoopa. Made the change, and we saw the game turn around. We have to do the same thing now, but with yet another switch. Will this Liu Kang get the job done?
Lots of sweeps. I think maybe a little bit earlier. I wonder if that sweep could have turned into a combo. There's the Sky drop. Lovely combo from that overhead, though, from Killerxinok. Right, sweep. We're going to start to mix, I think. The 1-2 crushes it once more. You can see the very deliberate choice, Liu Kang. It's not even just Liu Kang. It is specifically that one string. And the fact that standing 1 is very fast. So I think it's like the fastest button, one of the fastest in the game, right? 6 frames?
Yeah, it's speedy. And now, do we see a return adjustment from Xinok?
We might actually see T1000 here.
Okay, there it is.
I totally respect that decision. I mean, the way we were sort of trying to apply that armor and we were trying to just get some sort of advantage there, Liu was just absolutely shredding those opportunities. So T1000, I mean, look, very different game plan. You've only got to win one match. Go for it.
It's a character that VGY himself has played a lot in the past, particularly with the Tremor cameo. So I think VGY will go in with some knowledge here. But again, you know, VGY would have known, like, when going to this Liu Kang, you have to be able to expect that this could be a possibility from Killerxinok. Wow, again, so much use of the armor. Not even at point-blank range. That was like sweep distance, and VGY still pulled the trigger on it.
Plus frames. Got to respect it. No, Killerxinok. Big knockdown now from the spike.
Oh, there it is.
That has been the miracle move.
But the break, though, the chosen one break from VGY. Massively down on life, but went for the break nonetheless. VGY is a believer.
Wait a minute. Take him to jail. He's not a real policeman. He's a machine. Watch out for the chip. I was half expecting a counter poke.
Okay.
Wait, Striker? He has grenades. Wait a minute.
This doesn't kill, though, but... I mean, Striker will come back. Machine gun will be a possibility.
He's going to have the machine gun.
I mean, this was definitely a break that seemed like it could be a massive risk to go for. If VGY can finish off this life bar, that will be one hell of a mental boom. Force block. Oh my God!
A flying kick from out of nowhere. Okay, I see you. I see you, VGY.
I mean, surely. Yeah, it was a risk to take, but a risk worth taking. VGY gets around now. Oh wow, can't chase down. Puddle too far.
Kick liquid, stupid. Oh.
Overhead. Okay, Killerxinok fighting back.
I mean, hard commitment, but one that had to be taken in this situation. You cannot let VGY run off with the momentum off a win like that. Well, watch out now. Letting it whiff. You know, the Tremor's coming down. Has to respect it once more.
The fact that that leads into so much advantage, though, you can go to continue off of Killerxinok. Again, this is such a brute force neutral approach.
All right, big pickup. And again, we were talking about use it or lose it. You're going to get a lot of damage from this fatal blow. You've already got a full Tremor. I mean, look at the meter too. We're almost completely locked in with 3 bars.
It gives you the life lead. You're going to have access to, you know, the advance into Tremor coverage again. Do you go for it? There's a question. Okay, there it is. But called out VGY with a low fireball.
And the EX Fireball 2 Striker just creating this absolute obstacle course. And for another time, are we gonna see it? The change to Liu Kang. It took a long time to get there, but we're into a game 5 on the verge of a reverse sweep.
I mean,
Can it be done again?
Maybe doing it back-to-back. Maybe. I personally am a biased believer in VideoGamezYo, but I did not expect to see the Liu Kang, I will be honest. Oh, massive jump in. Massive jump in. Hit Striker as well. So Striker's going to be out of action for a little while.
Perfect first entrance to this game for Killerxinok, however. There's the pickup.
Oh, the drop again.
Pickup as well. That is unfortunate business, because not only do you miss out on the combo, but you're back in the corner. Ouch.
Oh, trying the big poke. The finger poke of doom. Oh, and yeah. Nice pickup. VGY gets the corner now.
Surprising amount of damage.
Massive dart. Yeah, Killerxinok went for the side switch, but VGY breaking. Still anyone's game here in this final match. The punish, is that going to work?
Oh! He went underneath! The chosen one who?
That was so cinematic. I'm pretty sure I actually saw that in Terminator.
May as well have happened in slow motion. All right, we are going to get another grab combo here. Striker's grenades. 200 damage, respectable damage as well. The wake up down 1. Very risky to do against the Liu Kang, but look, in this situation, if it feels like the right thing and it works, who am I to complain? Big pickup again. Striker, get out of here. Oh no, gets caught.
No confirm though. Still Xinok keeping it safe. Tremor coming out. Getting the force, but the challenge, the down 1. Killerxinok just wants VGY to stay stuck here in this corner. Counter poke. The grenade.
Big pickup there. The grenade does it, and we are going to cash out on this fatal blow. We have to get some resemblance of a comeback here. This is going to do great damage.
You have access to the machine gun, yeah. Striker's going to be back.
Striker is going to be fully regenerated. What is the play? You have to watch out, though. Killerxinok, fatal blow's ready. Looks for it. Can we kill on this? Not quite, a little bit left. The grenades! Match point, both sides. This is for top 3 at least.
I mean, all you could do to survive there for your Xinok was flawless block. Okay, the slap on the Tremor, he's gone. But Killerxinok manages to find a big hit anyway. Oh, the overhead is good, the mix-up.
Hard commit, but a commitment that's well worth it now. Over half the health is gone, went for the wake-up standing 1. Unfortunately, a trade keeps the advantage for Killerxinok.
Trying to stagger here. Full commitment, keeping it safe. Almost playing it like a Baraka style. Oh, try to interrupt between. VGY maybe calling out a late Tremor call. Okay, dash up, grenades there. Is it in time? It is. Just in time. But VGY juggling the remainder of this cameo gauge. As soon as it's there, it's being used, so no Striker here for safety at the rest of the round. The low.
Commits.
Oh my goodness!
The interruption, but we don't have enough meter to kill.
There is no big Striker though, but what do you do here? Here he comes. Tremor, chip damage, chip! Oh, the overhead on the string is gonna do it!
And that is a pop-off well earned from Killerxinok. The last minute, right on top of the head.
Well, it seemed like you were almost going for chip in that instance, but Killerxinok just went for the string in the end. You know, that was a calculated play and a hard-earned finish on that set. I mean, VGY, a heartbreaking end, coming so close to getting the reverse sweep, but Killerxinok, 2 on it at the very end. The T1000 change making sense, showing why he is such a long-standing member of the NRS scene who has been here so many times before. And is another grand final spot earned, as it's going to be Killerxinok versus Lavender Rain. Latin America looking pretty damn strong right now.
Well, we're going to get a, well, either way, some sort of a team kill from these two. Only one of them can move on into grand finals, where Kanimani is lying in wait. Killerxinok and Lavender Rain up next. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the biased British man in me wanted to see VGY take it. I love watching him in these top 8s because of his character choices. I love looking at basically a character or a combination that is causing people trouble, and he goes, right, I'm going to pick this, and it's going to work. We could see it from the Baraka in the previous match. We saw it from the Liu Kang against Killerxinok, but ultimately Killerxinok, with that clutch, the hard commitments to the mix, and did manage to find it all the way. And now there were only three players left.
Yeah. I mean, it does guarantee that Grand Final is going to be Brazil versus Kanimani. So there is that too. Yeah, only 2 matches left to go, folks. It has been a strong top 8 here to finish off day number 1 here, Combo Breaker. But if you are enjoying your competitive NRS, we have so much more ready to go. You know, we've said it before, but we'll use this moment to say it again. There is a all-in-together tournament and a top 8 stream for every single NetherRealm game at this tournament this weekend. MK9, MKX, MK11, Injustice 1, Injustice 2. They are all here. Some of them, the top 8s are decided already. Some of them are yet to be played. MK9 is tomorrow morning. Injustice 1 to follow. Then MKX, Injustice 2, and MK11 after that as well. And then we have the exhibition, the Legacy exhibition that's happening tomorrow night as well.
There is so much NetherRealm happening this weekend.
Oh, there is so much.
I'm in a very good mood about it. See what I mean? Even he's hyper. The NetherRealm? The NetherRealm. All right. This is losers finals. Brazil versus Brazil. Killerxinok and Lavender Rain. Starting things off here with that Quan.
Yeah, teammates and countrymen. Only one can move on.
All right. First significant hit scored by the Killerxinok. Starting things off with those early grabs just to establish, right? I mean, I'm sure they've played against each other many times. As many players in South America do. They train together.
I love that choice. The perfect time to intentionally take that hit. Go for the interruption. I feel like Takeda's strings, especially the ones with the highest rewards, are a bit committal. So it's going to be kind of hard for Lavender Rain to cover the armor at the same time in case Xinok takes the hit on purpose.
Takeda not really a character known for having those like lightning fast strings, it has to be said. However, set up. Even with the tremor here, Quan still a 950 health character, and we've seen the damage that Takeda and Jax brings to the table. That could be 2-touch. But first round does go to Killerxinok all the same. Half expecting that to be a trade combo, but I guess it was a bit more minus than I expected. All right, Jax. Keep the momentum. Expects it. What a punish! The 2v2. Wow, the crouch. Really good crouch. I mean, it avoided the mix-up altogether. Punish.
Punish, Lavender Rain.
Certainly no breaker here. Would have been a colossal waste, and Killerxinok knows it. Holding onto those 3 bars. We've seen it before, though. Quan will lose the round, but he'll get all of his meters, and then he'll spend that immediately. We ain't saving it here.
All right, as you can say that. We already saw one spent on the armor spell.
Jack's kind of running off all embarrassed. Oh, no, but he's back, and he's angry.
No, these cameo calls have been so important for Lavender Rain.
But you need to have absolute game sense to know when to call Jax for that. The only thing that comes from that is just so much experience. Knowing when to call him, when he's going to interrupt something really important.
Oh, wow. Chases down the backdash. Up block. Ooh, okay.
Schmidt, though, knew the armor was going to be coming. Would have been punished if he tried the kick, the teleport kick.
There we go, moved out of the way, back to back. Yeah, just try and get as much damage as you can before the armor. Lavender Rain playing around it as well as possible. Is sitting on a lead. Have to be careful though. Oh, overhead.
No breaker, not quite. Now, I do feel like you are going to survive this. It's 110, sorry, it's 1100 health. The Jax should save your skin in this situation, and he will.
Oh, hello.
Oh, he didn't have the health to take it. Killerxinok with the first game.
That was but the sigh of relief on Killerxinok's face there. I almost wonder if he wasn't expecting it to get the kill. Either way, it was the perfect choice. Okay, potential change. I mean, Lavender Rain's done this before, but it's not necessarily to straight up change character. It could just be for... but in this case, it's... Okay, I like this choice because if there is a matchup that Quan players seem to unanimously hate, it is this one. Smoke is just all over you. He's invisible half the time.
Smoke Jax?
Yeah, I mean, it is Lavender Rain. Lavender Rain is basically a cameo Jax main, let's be honest.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true. Lavender Rain does like Jax very much.
Yeah, Smoke is...
Oh yeah, ground pound invisibility, it makes sense.
Yeah, one of the most aggressive characters in the game. Yeah, this character is built around overhead low, high damage, constant mix-ups, and cancels. That's the big thing. The dash cancels. In the face of someone like Quan, who again, he's got the slower buttons, not really what you want to be defending against. Plus frames, massive advantage.
All right, caught it again, Quan. One of his big weaknesses is, I would say, the worst low pokes in the game. And normally used as quite a good defensive tool against Smoke, who's covered in these plus frames. I think you're going to have a bad time. All right.
Oh, tricky.
Oh, the read. Ready for the up block all the same. Killerxinok fighting back.
Oh, a repositioning. Yeah, there's the low. Damn, Jax just gives so many characters in this game just respectable damage off everything. The low catch again. And if you're back to the wall, that backbreaker will just pick up off everything. Caught again. This might actually kill. There's 2 Jaxes, there's 3 meters.
Oh, you're totally
so dead. Oh my goodness.
How much is this going to do? Keep it going. Keep it going. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's a big number.
I'm so glad they let that rock as well. I think we all needed to just see how high that was going to go.
But this is going to be a game of changing, though. Change to Smoke. Do we now see the T1000?
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be.
But again, even if we're kind of just trading wins here, do you then go back to Takeda just for Killerxinok to have access to potentially going back to the Quan again? You know, it's... you have to be thinking ahead, but who knows? I will say, the Smoke, considering I haven't seen Lavender Rain play Smoke all day, and this is a hard character to play, ladies and gentlemen. Smoke is very tricky.
The fact that you can just pick it in this top 8 and just not mess up.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. Just pick it randomly in a match and suddenly just nails everything.
There's the mix. Killerxinok able to take that risk with Tremor on the back end. That maybe not so much. Going to be pushing the advantage a little bit, but Jax back in.
Yeah, tried jumping out, but it didn't work.
Well, because Jax technically didn't hit anyone there, that is kind of why he was still around. So Lavender Rain, funnily enough, had to play around not getting hit by Jax himself. Does get the combo, though. Breaker, Lavender Rain still confident in this round.
Massive whiff.
Oh, massive, massive whiff. And that will now be round 1, Killerxinok. Yeah, we are going into a weird situation, right? If the Smoke loses this match, does Lavender Rain go back? And then do we just have this entire game where every time there's a loss, we might go into character select? Ultimately, that's going to favor who won game number 1.
Yeah. But if you're Lavender Rain, you're definitely not banking on losing the game, right? You're still gonna... Ideally, you want to go up in the set, and then you kind of have that final counter pick advantage. But definitely looking like a tall order right now as Killerxinok is all over him. Yeah, there it is again. I mean, again, it's that brutish style. We'll go straight back to character select again. I think we do just have a game of swaps going on.
You know, I've not seen something like this in a very long time. There was a time during the NetherRealm, you know, community, like whether it was Injustice 2 or maybe even...
Injustice 2 had a lot of swaps. Oh,
hang on a minute.
Yeah, I remember Injustice 2 being a very... Definitely a game where a lot of the best players seem to have like teams of characters.
Yeah, and it was like every single game there would be a swap.
Yeah, at least it wasn't uncommon to see it.
All right, Sector Jax. Of course it's Jax. It's always going to be Jax. Yo, hang on a minute. Punishing the puddle with back 3 because you know it's going to catch low enough and then just having it into teleport.
Good block on the overhead and immediately challenged. Now this is for grand finals. Oh,
that was menacing.
Underneath the rocket, Killerxinok. Now Sector, we saw from Bacon Lord in the top 16. Yeah, this is a character who wants to get that space, fill the screen with projectiles, but that really isn't Lavender Rain's style.
To create that distance.
Ooh,
The jump.
what a sidewinder.
I love it when Sector players just have that sixth sense for where to guide them up rocket. Such an MK9 way of playing. Patience, absolute patience. You know that teardrop's coming.
Oh, nice catch. Nice catch.
Even more so because we have the jacks as well.
And I guess
Sidewinder missile combo.
I guess that follow-up, like, into the backbreaker, into standing 3, you'll basically get that off of anything that gets the jacks. Okay, launches off armor too. Dude, everything that Lavender Rain plays, just Jax works with every single time.
I think you're dead, by the way.
Wait, there's
Jax. It's Jax, of course. Every time Jax comes out, I'm just like, yeah, you're dead.
Wait, no, this is another. He's already dead. Again, we're doing it. Let him die in peace. But okay, this is what the set is going to be. The question is, what does Killerxinok do now? Do we run it back?
Oh, who would? What?
He's thinking about it.
If you have those two characters you're using, maybe there might be more. Who do you want to play against Sector, though? Because that could be a tricky decision to make.
I mean, Killerxinok, we've seen over the course of the game, we've seen Homelander, we've seen Kung Lao, we've seen the ones we've seen in this tournament today, right? The Quan, T1000. He is thinking, okay.
Going to be the Quan, ride or die.
This is going to be a hectic neutral game, I think. There's going to be a lot of projectiles. There's going to be a lot of stuff on the screen. But this is it, Game 5, losers finals. Only one can move on to face Kanimani in Grands.
All right, last game. Already starting off a little bit strong here. The Jax just has a real bone to pick with Tremor, I think.
It's just a rivalry.
Just can't stand him. Can't stand him.
Oh, but the pickup again. Oh, drop combo. I mean, still did 300 and you got a massive life lead. So not the end of the world, a drop like that.
Sector's backwards movement really strong, so kind of just running away from that armored spell.
Oh, wow.
Quite easy for her compared to other characters, and that's a lovely little pickup. Lavender Rain, match point, Mustard.
It is a battle of the zoners where one of them has 1100 health and one's got 950. I feel like just inherently Lavender Rain has such an advantage from the get-go.
Oh, hang on. This is Sector on the corner. This is going to do so much damage.
Oh. Oh,
God. Oh, my Lord. Half-Life, and there was still Jax. He's basically 3/4 back.
God, that was Half-Life into up rocket setup, and there's the standing one, the immediate break Killerxinok. All the screen behind him. Okay, that was an up block attempted.
You cannot get hit by anything, though. If you are Quan, you've got no break. You've got no tremor. If Sector lands a hit here, Jax is going to see you dead.
The tremor's almost back. This is working out so well so far. Killerxinok has completely turned this round around, but Lavender Rain, so much resources, just ready to pounce. Preemptive
block
Jax.
on the overhead. Energy wave. Oh, I don't know. That's not bad for Lavender Rain, though, because we've only just got into the portal.
No, but it is there. It's draining away from that break. Fatal blow, quite scary. There's a catch.
Oh,
There's a catch. I think that's it.
Oh, that's got to be it. And it will be. Finds the magic hit. The change to Sector got the job done. And that will be Lavender Rain earning a run back in Grand Finals. That was an opportunity to get revenge on Kanimani.
That was a 5-game, 5-character set. No, 4 characters. It was Quan. No, I'm wrong. I can't do math. Sorry, everyone. That was a 5-game, 4-character set, which I think is still quite a lot of characters for that.
To commentate with this idiot.
Yeah, sorry. My bad. I mean, I had a point. It's not as good of a point, but I fumbled it now.
Still
Grand Finals
still a decent point.
Yeah. Grand Finals on the way, though. It is going to be Brazil and Lavender Rain versus EU Kanimani. Shouts to Rips Arena and crew. You know who you are out there. If you're still playing, you're still supporting, you are still giving these players a means to grind and stay improved, so they too can rock up to Combo Breaker and get a Grand Finals winner's side spot. But Kanimani and Lavender Rain, we started out with however many players. We have ended up with only 2.
What an event it's been. It's been a one-day tournament. This has been, as we'd say in the UK, it's been an old slog. This has been a marathon for some people. It's not easy to do a one-day tournament, you know, and I mean, it's the nature of things, combo breaker. There are a bajillion games here, right? So at the end of the day...
You see that board behind Kanimani's head? It kind of looks like a chalkboard. That is like a list of all the winners through all the mainline games over the years. There are so many tournaments on that board because every year there's just more and more and more and more and more, and it just goes up and up and up. Combat Breaker is like the major for just... You just want to play and watch a million games, this is the one to go.
I was playing in the top 4 of the original Killer Instinct at like 11 AM this morning, and it was only day 1.
Oh, it's a good time.
This tournament's great, mate. It's got all your favorite games. There we go. There's the handshake. I'm pretty sure those button checks are concluded. We are about to have the grand finals of the first of the NetherRealm games we're having this weekend. Mortal Kombat 1. Brazil versus Europe. Says it all. The wonderful people behind us. Thank you for your time. And let's enjoy a good old grand finals.
Okay, Kanimani winner's side. Only got to win 1-3 out of 5. Lavender Rain, loser side, got to reset the bracket and then win again.
Just to remind everyone, Lavender Rain is Takeda. It's Kanimani on the side of Reiko.
Now, in winners finals, this was a pretty commanding set. Kanimani it was quite one-sided in total control, but Lavender Rain has had some good matches since then. Will he be more warmed up, ready to bring what Kanimani's doing? Kanimani has quite a basic style, you know, with this Reiko, just very whiff punish heavy. Less is more, overhead, low, grab, job done, plus frames, massive duck.
To be honest with you, mate, I think even in the opening moments of this set, there's a bit more fight coming out of Lavender Rain than we saw in the winners finals.
Oh, but the preemptive standing one.
But this is where everything falls apart. Gets the grab.
Oh, wow.
Good choice of low poke. I mean, look. Oh, God! Whiffs the grab and loses the meter. Not only that, but has the entire screen to work with. Great start for Lavender Rain.
I mean, that was a commitment and a half from Kanimani. Again, these preemptive jaxes are being cool. I think if Kanimani wants to just cover that neutral and have Tremor available, that's what Lavender Rain is looking for here. And we've seen how important it can be to have that gotcha grab connect.
That's a good trade, though.
Oh, wow.
You take a little bit of damage, but you get you down 2. You take the meter away from Lavender Rain. What a pickup from that far! My lord. And then we're going to get a set knockdown. Good block on the setup, though. Tremor keeping us nice and safe. Lets that 3-hit string rock. The knockdown so good for Reiko. Reiko, the master of the small game.
Oh, wow. Lavender Rain managed to find that standing one there.
Good block on the overhead. Really good block, I might add, actually.
The
punish! Not only a punish, but a dash punish as well. Tight.
Hey, if Lavender Rain hits this combo, it's over.
Push.
Okay, fatal blow. I'm inclined to think this has got to be enough. If Lavender Rain's committed, look at that. That
1100 ain't saving you, my friend.
Okay,
good night.
So already we're seeing a very different Lavender Rain in this set. You know, winners, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it was 3-0, right? I'm pretty sure.
Commanding.
Yeah.
It was a commanding
dominant
win
sweep.
for Kanimani.
But now already Lavender Rain taking that first game. This is a new approach. The confidence on the back of that Game 5 in Losers Finals. But we are back on the main. The Takeda, the character that put Lavender Rain on the map.
This is just absolute momentum. Lavender Rain off the back of such a close set in Losers Finals. I mean, you're going to be feeling good after that. You're going to be feeling warmed up and ready. Kanimani laying that pressure on thick again. Still finds at least something, even though committed to that backhand.
Okay. Use to that down 4 in the back 3 was so crucial in the winner's set they saw, but Lavender Rain is playing around so much better this time. Oh, but there's the scoop. Yeah, you have to break.
Still confident in the round. Fatal blows available on both heads. Micro duck for Kanimani. He's going to take that first round. It's a risky time to make those sort of plays, right? Because
I mean, it's
either
always
way, it was going to
right?
kill. It was going to kill one of them.
Damn it, Lavender Rain just finding these moments to challenge with these pokes so much more. Again, the confidence You're saying before, a lot more fight being shown in general, and I think we're seeing it. It's just, it's a total just war of down 4, down 1. Who's going to get the hit advantage?
It's scary to do a down 1 against Reiko, though, because his down 1 punishing yours, giving him a guaranteed turn. Who knows what that leads to?
Yeah, there's some damage on the grab. Oh, there it is.
Back to back! Just letting it rock.
Just no fear. You have all that life to work with. You've got access to the breaker. You can afford to make some mistakes here. You can take some risks and not die for it straight away. And that shuriken was hanging out. That was there for ages. Oh, but the dash-up scoop.
That's it. That's going to tie things up 1 game apiece, but we have to remember, folks, Kanimani's on the winner's side. He only has to win 2 more games here to be your combo breaker champion. It's Lavender needs 2 games just to reset, just to start things again.
It's either half or double the work, depending on how you see it. But
whether you're a glass half full or empty kind of person, I suppose.
Also, just looking at Kanimani, though, has just looked so calm and just carefree the whole tournament. You know, Kanimani really does just seem to be able to bring that A game every single time. No matter where we are in the world, if high-level MK needs to be played, he is bringing it. Lavender was no stranger to these high-pressure scenarios, right? Had to qualify for Final Combat late last year. Went all the way to versus fighting, and, you know, Birmingham our end of things.
That was very hard to keep track of.
But had to bring it when it mattered most. And this is one of those times, Grand Finals.
Lavender going for those big decisions, by the way, those kind of neutral up blocks. You're just looking for those overheads of Reiko, trying to squeeze out some sort of punish. All right, Jack's getting eaten up, so there's going to be a bit of a penalty there.
Nice catch.
Brilliant pickup. Possibly no Jax. It depends on how quickly he comes back. He's only just started to regenerate.
Dashing out with a pretty standard combo, but the thing is, you got that corner positioning. Bought some time. Jack's coming back now. Kanimani fishing for it. Oh, no, that's enough damage, right? No!
Oh, the whiff! Jax! Jax survived! Jax tanked it! But wait, because Jax is gone, fatal blow, is that even possible? Yes, it is.
But does it kill, though? Because shouldn't that scale it quite heavily?
I mean, it's a fatal blow used that late. It's got to be. Match like your life depends on it.
Oh, just enough. Just enough. Lavender Rain. Lavender.
That was a cinematic moment. The emotion. I will save you, sir.
But that was the body block, right? Jax came in, sponged them all, kept Lavender Rain alive, and then Lavender Rain's calculations on when these combos will or won't kill have been so on the money. Scoop.
All right. We've seen mixed results from this corner situation. Again, just going for those hard reads. Not afraid to pull the trigger on the up block. I mean, the punish and being able to at least take the meter away from Kanimani. The threat of those EX scoops not as severe. EX stars would be gone.
I remember this is one of those matchups where Reiko is actually going to be able to throw stars. Takeda doesn't really have the horizontal projectiles to clash with it. Oh, cheeky.
Just sets up into more. That jump back of Kanimani staying safe. We're running in, but the defensive shurikens keeping Reiko at bay. Let the whole thing rock.
Oh, there's the setup. No, not quite enough damage. Still alive. Oh my goodness, Lavender. Oh.
Yo.
Okay, okay. Okay, whatever happened there. Okay. I was about to say, thank goodness that didn't happen like a fraction of a second earlier. What? Okay, whatever this is, it didn't interrupt the match. So I'm sure they can get it sorted out. But my goodness.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
It could have been uncomfortable and awkward if it interrupted the match itself.
You know, I've actually never seen an interruption like that happening, like the frame after the game is finished. It's always the opposite way. So we can be thankful for that. But obviously we're going to have to, whether it's a restart, whether it's just getting the account on.
Or fingers crossed, whatever it is.
Admins are on it, so we're not going to be here for too long, folks. Don't worry. Unfortunate that it's happening during Grand Finals because it does kind of ice players a little bit.
I'm just thinking, thank goodness it didn't actually interrupt the match itself. Good lord.
Coming back to us, I mean, it's only going to take a few minutes normally for these, whatever the problem is.
Don't jinx it.
Hey, touch wood. I think it's wood. Is it wood or was... No. I'm sure it's a wooden table.
Fingers crossed.
I could just say it is, and you'll just have to believe me anyway, because we've got this cloth on the top.
Well, either way, we are definitely seeing a different grand finals compared to the winners finals. You know, Lavender Rain definitely, I mean, up in the set, right? You know, finishing 2-1 currently. 1 game away from the reset, and you know that is going to be a result that certain members of this crowd is going to want. You know, the LATAM MK crew, they are here in force. You know, you got Conqueror, you got Killerxinok, you've got the many more, Valentim, you got the twins are here. Unfortunately, and you know, I'm sure some of you may have been talking about this in the chat. We can't see it right now, but yes, Scorpion Prox and Nicholas are in, so they are here, they're at Combat Breaker, and they did sign up, but I believe they had some like travel woes and their flight was delayed, so they unfortunately weren't able to make it in time to play in the tournament. I think they're still playing Street Fighter, so they're still in Combat Breaker, but they weren't able to play MK1. Just for those of you who are wondering, if they're in the bracket, why haven't we seen them in top 8? They weren't able to play, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Scorpion Prox got 2nd place in the Chile World Warrior, losing only to Blad.
They have been video gaming.
I mean, NetherRealm folk, I mean, pretty good at fighting games, if you ask me.
Hey, I mean, I love to see it. You know, like I said, a lot of NetherRealm players are kind of used to playing a new game every couple of years, you know, learning stuff early on, especially early in the game's life. I mean, you look at like players like Tweedy, you know, playing like Invincible versus, you know, Foxy Grandpa series in top 24.
Eggshells in top 24.
Yeah, there's a few NRS players who are in top 24 for Invincible. And
I'm sure Gur would have been, but his flight got troubled up.
Obviously, Sonic Fox absolutely killing it in 2XKO as well. You know, it makes me very happy to see NetherRealm players making it work and playing in other games as well, even though we are here, speaking of other games, for so many NRS games this weekend in general.
Also, by the way, shouts to production, swapped that console out like lightning fast. So I think we're getting back in. Probably going to do a button check is my guess, but
I would imagine so. Oh no, we're going straight in. All right, we're going in.
Oh, come on! Ah, the change to Homelander.
That was the quickest console swap. That was like Formula 1. Yeah, they come in, they take the wheels off, they put the wheels back on again.
Is someone timing it? Is someone timing it? What's the record? All right, Kanimani starting off in a big way. Homelander. Oof! Knocked back.
Okay, now this will be the change.
Catching you jumping.
We have been seeing the Reiko from Kanimani. You know, the winners finals, it was a sweep here, not so much. But the Homelander, this is the character we mainly associate with Kanimani these days. And for good reason, just has such a hold on how this character works at a high level.
But just when, it sounds so stupidly vague for a commentator to say, but when to go for his offensive options. It just feels like if there's a layer to be had, he always just seems to pick the right one. It's like a sixth sense.
He's just really good at reading what his opponent is likely to respect. You know, it's not always just guessing and hoping for the best.
Not only that, but how they're going to respond as well.
But also the movement, the use of pokes.
Yo, 2 flawless blocks. Let's go, Lavender Rain. You're a gamer of the professional variety. All right. Flipping it over. Doesn't quite get the jacks. That is unfortunate. Missing out on the damage, but more importantly, the setup there. Homelander being able to run away with this. We do have the Ferrer, so we're going to extend that juggle even further. A hard comeback to
another
make.
drop.
3 bars on both sides, so a breaker is on the cards. Depends on if one of the 2 players might try and shut it down. All right, there's
Lavender
the break.
Rain has no choice. But again, we see Takeda with no EX meter. Is that going to... Okay, no, it actually just beats it clean. I was half expecting Ferrer to connect first and kind of just trade a bit of damage. Like, not kill, but put you in dangerous territory. Okay, well, there is some damage on the board. A little bit of breathing space, but still work for Lavender Rain to do. No Ferrer for now, at least. Ooh! Dash up grab. Confidence.
That down one is huge.
Flawless block.
Takes the turn. The big jump! Makes it whiff!
Forces the break. Oh, there it is. Lavender Rain, though. You know, I love to see rounds like that, though, where it looks like it is completely just out of control, but Lavender Rain is still, even though you're behind, you are still able to salvage it somewhat. And now we go to, I mean, this is one of those classic matches. This is either the end of the tournament or it's going to be the reset point. What do we think?
Kanimani looking to seal the deal with the Homelander. Lavender Rain, I mean, you know, South America always wants to see their boy win. Always.
Hey, more games, more games.
All right, early momentum going to the side of Kanimani.
Hey, either way,
Oh, wow.
we are on the cusp of another like international combo breaker win in NetherRealm. So, you know, this is definitely a story of the game, you know. The ongoing Latin America dominance of the game. Kanimani is just a machine. Oh, the defense.
It was so sick, but unfortunately didn't really lead to much as Kanimani opens up Lavender for another time. One more significant hit now. I mean, at this point too, surely there's no way Lavender would break if that was an option. Not that we're going to, because we're spending a bar on what could be a comeback.
It's the setup. Okay,
Oh,
okay, this is how you start comebacks.
Oh,
damn!
Error just goes hello. And just like that, folks, tournament point for Kanimani.
Massive whip, no. On time to punish, but this is dangerous territory. Kanimani has Lavender back to the corner, forced to break, but still rocking a hard place. Whoa. Okay, change your positions now, though. Lavender okay, manages to find the standing one. Jax for the meatless pickup. Set up. Good defense again. Oh, massive whip though, Lavender one step ahead. Oh, picks up with the Jax too. And again, we are just trading throw reads right now. We are just taking it in turns.
Easier to make those reads when you both have lots of health, but now both players less than half life down. Who's going to dedicate until the very end?
Oh! Wait, hang on. No, the whiff! Oh, this is coming down to it. Lavender has an opportunity. Back to the mid-screen. You have some space to work with. Dash up grab. Okay, Jax is going to be coming out here.
And we're going to build meter during this combo, so the opportunity for a breaker goes up for Lavender in theory.
You have to be so careful, though. Okay, now there's the break, but is there a way to bypass? Be so careful. Even chip damage here is terrifying. Flawless block. Kanimani manages to find it, and there it is! Kanimani! With the clutch finish, the breaker denied, and is your combo breaker 2026 grand champion. Give it up for Kanimani.
You know he's going to be feeling good about that. Now, this is such a special weekend for Mortal Kombat. This was the first top 8 of all the games that we're going to be seeing this weekend. Kanimani has just so consistently been... He's always had it in him to go all the way in a bracket. But at like this caliber, it doesn't always pan out that way. It might be a third place, it might be a second place, but this time it is a convincing first.
It is a tall order, you know. It may be the end of the matches, but we have the award ceremony coming up soon, so we'll be able to give these players their well-earned medals and, of course, crown the trophy, crown our champion here with Kanimani. But that does mean that Europe has won a combo breaker in a mainline NRS game in the main lineup for the first time in a long time, maybe since 2016.
10 years.
Unless we're just completely forgetting something, in which case, our bad. But I'm pretty sure
if I am correct, it has been the 10-year loop.
Yes, I think so. But that's it. You know, every 10 years it will happen. And I guess we'll see in 10 years.
How many more Greys will we have by then?
100%.
For me, they're getting out of control.
I would say exclusive.
They're getting out of control. But give it up for Lavender as well, absolutely. Being able to give us so many unbelievably close games, especially like those weird moments where Jax is coming in and like saving you from Reiko's command grab, or he's just face tanking like 5 shurikens and whatever else. Like that Jax was
He's a team player.
He was a team player. He's not messing around.
I will say, though, on a personal note, thank you so much for having us, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed us covering this again. You know, we find ourselves quite lucky year in, year out. You know, most years we end up coming here every May time, you know, Memorial Day weekend for Combo Breaker, and it's always a great time. You know, it really is our favorite event of the year. MK is such a special place. It's such a special tournament for MK. I just want to say thank you so much, everyone. Thank you very much. And we're always happy to be here to do our thing.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we are ready to hand out some...
No, not yet.
So, I know, I misheard production so embarrassingly there, because I can see no one on the stage, and in my head I'm like, wait, that doesn't
Let's throw to the empty stage. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Let's look at that monitor with no game on it.
Yeah, it's cool graphics.
Pretty cool looking PS4 back of the PS5, I think. It's pretty nice.
Fantastic.
But yeah, just to remind everybody, we've been saying this loads, and we will say it again. If you enjoyed this today, and you are a fan of Mortal Kombat, or just NetherRealm in general, this was our first top 8 of the weekend. There is a very special NetherRealm celebration happening all weekend long. Tomorrow, first thing tomorrow morning, we will be doing Mortal Kombat 9. The top 8 is set and ready to go. After that, it will be Injustice, Gods Among Us. And then the tournament begins for Mortal Kombat X. MK11 happens on Sunday. Injustice 2 is going to happen. And, I mean, we've never had this before. It makes me very, very proud of the scene. Very, very appreciative of the
Shouts to Combo Breaker for making it happen.
Combo Breaker team is irreplaceable.
Okay, I'm assuming players are standing in the right order. Fantastic. Right, well, it's time to give some medals out. So without further ado, 7th place, Rewind! And also in 7th place, it's Moons. In 5th place, 2 Trillion. Sharing 5th place, Epiczoopa. 4th place, we've been so biased all the time, VideoGamezYo. 3rd place from Brazil, Killerxinok. Your runner-up, 2nd place, Lavender Rain. And your grand champion, Kanimani.
That is some happy Mortal Kombat players right there.
Some good Mortal Kombat was played, and there is more to come.
Lift the trophy, lad. You've earned it.
But for now, our champion, our first MK champion of the weekend, Kanimani, made it happen.
Will Kanimani win any more, though? Because it's very possible.
I actually don't know what else Kanimani's entered, because there's quite a lot of like NRS community folks who are just, they're in everything. So we'll see. You know, the top 8 for MK9 and Injustice 1 is both decided. MKX and Injustice 2 get played tomorrow. Their top 8s are Sunday. So there's lots. And then there's the exhibition. Don't you be missing the exhibition. Make sure you're watching that tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I believe it's Tampa Never Sleeps Twitch. I'm pretty sure that's right. But anyway, thank you so much. Are we good to sign off? Are we good to call it a day? All right, no worries. I'm not rushing off. Not rushing off.
Sorry, we're giving you some of the behind the scenes. We're breaking kayfabe, dude.
It's very unprofessional.
We're breaking kayfabe.
Sorry. Well, that is it for us. Thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Combat Breaker, there are so many games to watch. Look around, there's stages everywhere for all sorts of fighting games. But this is where day 1 of 3 is coming to an end. We have been Ketchup and Mustard. It is a pleasure as always, my friend. And we will see you all tomorrow for more video games, more Combo Breaker. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Good night.